Well, hello you two on the watch. I'm Thomas Smoga, and looking at my guests. Guys.
Hi guys.
Nick Lenz and
hello guys.
I'm Joe Kaczynski, Nation, and Jack.
I'm Jack, also known as Logan Wilson on Facebook, which shows you how much of a I am.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna talk about post-Secret War discussion. Now, I know Secret War is still going on since they delayed it to issue 9, and I was gonna do it with Edgar and Len, but they're busy, so sorry they can't join us. Next time I'll try to get you.
According to Axel Alonso about that, he says that the current books will not be delayed because of the extra issue.
Yeah, they won't, which is odd. Because I thought the original plan was gonna have Secret War end issue 8, but then continue the original title after Secret War end. I'm confused by this. Opinions?
I heard something that Hickman, he wants to give Hickman a proper conclusion, give him a chance to give a proper conclusion to Secret Wars.
Alright, Joe, what's your opinion?
I'm actually a fan of Secret Wars. Secret Wars is way better than Convergence is.
I think he needs to turn his volume up because I can barely hear him.
Joe, can you turn up your volume? It's still low.
The volume's way up.
It is? That's odd.
Yeah. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Look. So I am actually a big fan of Secret Wars. I think the story is way better than Convergence was. And then
True.
I just like the idea of Secret Wars, and then I think it was a good storyline, and like Nick said, it's still continuing.
Yeah, post convergence, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Logan?
have read a lot of Infinity storylines from DC. Convergence is not the best.
Yeah, agreed. Convergence might be the huge letdown.
Yeah.
I haven't read Secret Wars yet. Like, I'm really behind in my comics. The only Secret Wars thing I've picked up is the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows issues 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Which I was really liking. But other than that, I have no idea what's going on in Secret Wars.
The only thing bad
Well,
it's basically, it has a very terrible villain.
Yeah.
Is it a new?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, continue.
Now, is this a new villain created just for Secret Wars, or is this someone?
As far as I know, this is an original villain because it does not exist anyplace else besides this miniseries.
Yeah, his name is Regent.
Yeah.
Think of like a Dark Side or Apocalypse villain, but not that epic.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I love the. I think Annie Nero is amazing. I won't spoil that for you because you just have to read it yourself. But I think you love Annie Nero best.
A lot of Secret Wars miniseries are really good.
Yeah.
One that suffers from bad artwork
And bad lighting.
Eve Extinction.
Yeah. And for another one bad one, it was Ultron which is Marvel Zombies.
That had okay artwork. It was an interesting story. I know it just wrapped up.
This story made no sense. Like this, it was blow up in a zombie. I didn't get that. I got a hybrid of two, which made no sense. God, that time sucked. At least the ending sucked. It made no sense. Like, you're just stupid. That's in my opinion. Joe?
Well, especially since this was like what, one of 2 miniseries to feature the zombies.
Yeah. Alright,
just simply Marvel Zombies.
Yep.
Which I think that's going to wrap up soon. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
A bunch of stuff wrapped up this week. And you got 2 ongoing series that just finished up their respective volumes. And I think about 3 or 4 miniseries wrapped up recently.
Likewise. Joe, what's your opinion of Marvel Zombies?
I have not read the Marvel Zombies yet. I heard some people, my friends, says it's a very good series, and then I actually want to read it. I never have a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, it's with my Cookman.
Are we talking about Marvel Zombies or Marvel Zombie Secret War Edition?
Both.
Oh, because I actually really like the Marvel Zombies. I've read 1, 2, and 3.
I've read all of the Marvel Zombies, everything related to them. Even the current one for Secret Wars, the ones that came before Secret Wars are really good. There's nothing really bad about the original miniseries for Marvel Zombies. This one is different because this is the same characters. The main focus character is Alyssa Bloodstone, and she's the daughter of monster hunter Ulysses Bloodstone, and the guy who shows up, who apparently is her father in the series, that is not supposed to be her father. Her father is a big hulking guy, not this whatever this is that shows up at the end of one of the most recent issues of the series.
Yeah, I heard about that. Speaking of Marvel Zombie, the original Marvel Zombie series that I read with the Old Banana 4 crossover. That story, I mean, actually was one of my favorite stories of Old Banana 4.
You know, it was thanks to the Ultimate Universe that we got the Marvel Zombies in the first place.
Yep, and then we got a prequel series with Evil Dead versus Marvel Zombie with Ash Williams. Okay, Bruce Campbell.
That was good. That was probably one of the best
I
Marvel
had that.
crossovers in the last decade. I mean, crossover with a different thing. That was really good.
Movie.
But even though that miniseries is canon with the rest of the Marvel series books, they can't directly reference it because
Nick.
Yeah,
Clap.
we lost Nick.
Yeah, we lost Nick. Should we continue?
I think you should have a chance to get him back on.
Yeah, I'll get him back.
You know, it'd be pretty awesome
Yeah.
for a crossover. I'm just talking about like zombies crossover kind of thing. It'd be pretty awesome, like Marvel Zombies can cross over with Walking Dead zombies.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Has anybody watched the Walking Dead prequel series?
I've never even seen Walking Dead.
The prequel, if you watch the prequel, you'll know what's happening.
Yeah, the prequel series basically tell the origin story, not divide itself, but tell you how the world went to hell.
It started like a non-stop, like the beginning of the series when it started. It's been a non-stop when the showed up.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand with Secret Wood. I thought a tiny that was good besides we knew about it. We knew about it is a great series, but it pains me that there was a news we heard with the Iron Man merging with the Iron Man comics, which that's a part of the discussion as well. Which we'll get to that later. Another tiny that's good, I think I heard, it was Civil War.
Are you talking about Civil War now?
Yeah.
So what just happened?
I have no idea.
How the heck did the thing just crash?
Good question. That's what I want to know. Because we were. I have no idea.
Did I miss anything, Tivia?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, I know you changed location for you were before this thing started.
Yeah. So to continue where we left off with Marvel Zombies, then. Nick.
Well, besides Alyssa's Bloodstone, I didn't recognize anybody else in that series. Did you?
Only people I mentioned beside her were MODOK and some other zombie killer, like Zombie Kingpin.
Yeah.
Series.
So
do you know how many of the Secret Wars miniseries are directly kind of like Iron Man miniseries?
I have no idea.
I think there's like 4. You got Armor Wars.
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War. MODOK Assassin. And 1872.
All right. Logan, what's your opinion? 1872.
Ages of what?
1872. Logan, Jack.
I don't know what that is. I haven't read any of Secret Wars.
You have it?
1832.
Tie-ins?
It's a Western
No.
series.
No.
I haven't read. I told you the only tie-in I read was the
Renew
issue
your vows.
of
Okay.
Renewing Your Vows.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So we'll give our opinions as well. Oh yeah, Civil War. Yeah. Disney's and what's your opinion on Civil War? The tie-in to Secret Wars.
Good miniseries. I know I've seen the artist before. The last thing I saw him do before this was when he did the original Sin tie-in for Avengers.
Yeah. Joe Kazin, what's your opinion?
About the Civil War crossover?
Well, and the tie-in to Secret Wars.
You know, in my, it seems like really confusing because with Secret Wars and Civil War, the timeline, what time the timeline of the Civil War took place, and what time the Secret Wars took place too.
Yeah.
Because Civil War takes place in a different timeline where Secret Wars takes place.
Yeah. The 2015 Secret War we're having now, apparently, Doctor Doom somehow saved all reality, sort of, but the voodoo control. So, and speaking of Doctor Doom, the main title of Secret War is Doctor Doom. He somehow became God. Logan,
That happened in Time Runs Out stuff that happened in Avengers and New Avengers that came out for Secret Wars. It's explained there.
Yeah.
How he became God.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't even read because I just couldn't get into the new guy's run. I really liked Brian Michael Bendis' run on Avengers and New Avengers.
Yeah.
And after he left, I just stopped reading those titles.
Yeah.
I thought for Hickman's books, I thought Avengers was actually the more better written book of the two because it was interesting. I've heard some people didn't like reading it that much because the Avengers kept going to space.
Yep. And they got confused and covered with Infinity. And then Age of Ultron happened, which was garbage. Not the movie. The movie's great. The comic itself is confusing and
The
covered.
Age of Ultron, I think Bendis started that. He set that up with one of the earliest .1 books.
Yeah.
So if you want to blame somebody for Age of Ultron, blame Bendis. Hickman had nothing to do with Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Hickman or Infinity.
I didn't think it was that bad, but it was a little confusing. But then again, that's to be expected whenever you're messing with time travel.
Yeah.
And I've heard I've heard some people describe the ending as basically Marvel dropping the ball and ending of a crossover. Though the following year's crossovers, which was Original Sin and Access, Original Sin, a lot of people loved Original Sin because this is like probably one of the first crossovers in some time where some people thought that the crossover actually ended well. They didn't drop the ball at the end. Though Infinity had the same result. Infinity was an awesome crossover, just like Original Sin.
I didn't read Infinity. I read Original Sin. I thought the ending for Original Sin was kind of weird.
Yeah, I felt confused. Well, Original Sin was confusing and it made no sense because somehow original Nick Fury from 616, the real Nick Fury, not the Samurai Jack Nick Fury, who I still like. I'm an Ultimate.
Apparently, his Affinity formula ran out some time ago, and he's old. And Jason Aaron wrote it where he was this, like, behind-the-scenes assassin known as the Man on the Wall. Yep. And then afterwards, he took his position after his apparent death.
Yeah. Well, he didn't die. He became the Blue Watcher.
Yeah, I know, but I said apparent death because everyone thinks he's dead.
Yep.
The readers know he's not dead, but the people in the comic think he's dead.
Gee, that sounds familiar. DC? Dick Grayson?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like it either.
We're talking about
Yeah.
I thought the ending was weird.
space, especially with the Infinity conflict, they like to go in space a lot.
Yep, they do. Speaking of Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet got its own time miniseries. The Secret Wars.
Speaking about Marvel's space, they actually their stories are pretty good when they go in space.
Yeah, it's like the Earthbound hero, the one that got screwed over.
Yeah.
Speaking of space, anyone read Silver Surfer?
I have.
Yeah.
Nick? Ugh, stupid Google. Alright, continue. Well, Disney, what's your opinion on Silver Surfer?
I have not read it yet.
You haven't?
No.
Alright, Jack, what's your opinion?
I haven't read it.
Alright, should I tell you what happens or no?
No, because I might read it.
Alright, I won't spoil it for you guys, but I will give it a hint about it though. If you like Doctor Who, I think you like this. Check on this one. This is actually good. At the time, Secret Wars. Actually, one for the last days, Secret Wars time actually were good. Anything on Ms. Marvel?
The Miss Marvel series?
Yeah, the new one.
I read it. I liked it. Of course, I'm a new Marvel reader.
Yeah. Logan,
Yeah.
what's your opinion on Ms. Marvel? The latest issue.
I haven't read it, but I am a fan of Carl Danvers.
Yeah. Captain Marvel.
And I really wish they would have done more with her and Peter.
Oh wait. You mean you want to fall in love with coming a relationship?
Yeah.
I can see that. It's since Peter now a corporate businessman now, and I'm gonna take his girl. we will get to that new stuff later. But anyway, after post-Secret War titles that are coming out later this year, we have Silk coming out. Yes, it's getting a new title. Anything on Silk?
I never read her standalone, but I read her, when she was an event in
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
Cool. I thought it was kind of funny that they had this weird attraction thing.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off, but whatever. Anyways, Disney, what's your opinion on Silk and the last day's title? So?
What are you talking about?
Silk.
I
Hang
never read
on.
that title yet.
Yeah, she got her own title. Joe?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What's your opinion on Silk with her title?
Oh, I have not read that title yet.
Yeah. Oh. Anyways, I thought other Secret War title came out lately. We knew when issue 5 came out lately, so that was good. We also had some other titles come out to Secret Wars. Wait, post Secret Wars. What's your opinion on X-Men? Well, the new X-Men title coming out lately. With not Bendis. Yeah. What happened?
My computer was having technical problems again.
Stupid Google.
Yeah, this is the second time I've been on a podcast, and my computer decides to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. Like, this game is ridiculous. This time one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to snap at Google. Anyway,
Yeah. You were talking about the X-Men Secret Wars?
Yeah, we were. Well, kind of. We will have to talk about. Oh. I have to go starving and want to eat. Sorry. That's okay, Jack.
Yeah.
If you want to come back, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for the new X-Men series.
Yeah, same here. I'm really excited for X-23.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Especially when you have someone like Tom Taylor writing her series.
Yeah. And Bendis is off of Spider-Man. Not Spidey, of X-Men. Thank God. Because X-Men really been sucking since Bendis was on X-Men.
Well, I thought a good chunk of his run from Kenny X was actually pretty good. His all-new X-Men run, I didn't feel as though at any point during his entire run that he ran out of steam. Some people were saying that after Battle for the Atom, he was running out of steam.
Yeah, that's all I agree with.
Thanks for Kenny X-Men, I can see it after the arc that came afterwards. But the Shield arc basically helped save the series.
I got to disagree with that. I think the all-new X-Men series had time travel. They had way too much time travel with Battle of the Atom. Battle of the Atom made no sense. They were just confusing and convoluted. Like, oh, another X-Men team with another future. An X-Men team with another future.
The Golden Age version of the X-Men. That's the whole point of it. Heck, they even go back to the place where the X-Men had their first battle with Magneto.
But it's so confusing, convoluted with time travel. Like, I remember confusing lost.
I want to ask one thing. Did Marvel hire Greg Morrison for the X-Men series? Because we know Greg Morrison makes everything confusing.
No, he did not. Not this time. Okay, it was Greg Morrison.
What was revealed at the end of Battle for the Atom? That S.H.I.E.L.D. has their own Sentinels. And this took up until the versus S.H.I.E.L.D. story in Kenny X to figure out who the heck was behind these Sentinels. And it turns out it was Dark Beast who sent them.
Yeah, from Age of Apocalypse.
Which, that itself made no sense for him to actually send out Sentinels. Especially since Sentinels were kind of hunting him because he was working for Apocalypse.
Yeah. Which is even more confusing. How did Apocalypse know about this stuff? Oh, my kidding. He's immortal.
Well, as far as I know, from people from his timeline, the only people, pretty much anybody who's escaped from that timeline, is pretty much dead now, except for like 2 people.
X-23 and Wolverine.
Well, from that time, from Age of Apocalypse, the only people who left alive are X-Man, Nate Gray, he's still alive, and their reality's William Stryker.
Yep, everyone else is all dead.
Yeah. Sabretooth and his son died battling a group of creatures no one has ever heard of before called the Exterminators. And after that extermination... yeah, those creatures practically killed off most of the Age of Apocalypse universe.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, they basically... They were trapped on Earth. Now, one thing I was wondering about with this whole thing with the incursions...
Yeah, Secret Wars.
Yeah, prior to this, I'm a little worried about if basically with these Earths crashing to each other, did at some point the Exterminators escape because they were trapped on that world after extermination. That world was sealed up from the multiverse, and it took the alien Nightcrawler sacrificing himself to protect the whole multiverse from these creatures. Heck. Even 2 Wolverines couldn't beat them.
Damn,
that sucks. The 6 Wolverine and the Wolverine who's gay. The one who's like the former governor, I think it's like some kind of big governor of Canada.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Wait, I never knew that. Interesting.
Yeah, that version of Wolverine is gay, and he was in a relationship with that world's Hercules.
Interesting.
And he survived that crossover. He survived. Him and an alternate version of Cyclops was the only people from the Extreme X-Men series who survived that crossover. Who was from Ultra Reality. Though they also had Sage and Dazzler. Sylvia? Tivia disappeared.
I'm back. Fucking Google Plus.
They screw with you again?
Yeah, they did. Alright. This is getting ridiculous. Alright, continue.
Only 4 people from that series who was in this was a series run by Greg Pak, good writer, who's writing Totally Awesome Hulk.
Yep.
The only
Oh,
survivors
yeah. Charlie
were
Nelson.
Dazzler, Sage,
Yep.
the gay Wolverine, and the and Cyclops, who's black.
Yep.
He's from a reality where the X-Men existed in the Civil War.
that sounds so awesome and so meta. I would so buy that.
Yeah.
Why they gotta make everything so darn confusing?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm curious though.
Yeah.
No one's seen these guys since the crossover ended, and they're the only two still on the team because Dazzler and Sage just had to stay in 616, and these two went off to free Hercules from Tartarus, and that they haven't heard from since.
I think Andrew's going to hell apparently to save some soul.
And the same thing with the William Stryker from Age of Apocalypse. No one's seen him since that crossover. He's just It's like Marvel's forgotten about him. That crossover was what, 2 years ago?
Good question. It's been decades since. I have no idea.
Just 2 years. You can find it in trade. It was basically it's a combination of writing between Marjorie Bennett, who was writing Astonishing the X-Men at the time, Greg Pak, and whoever was writing Age of Apocalypse, that ongoing series.
Speaking of Age of Apocalypse, has anyone read the tie into Age of Apocalypse, the Secret Wars, or no?
I have. It's written by the same people who did the Amazing X-Men series that was a tie-in to the original Age of Apocalypse crossover. It's the same creative team.
Oh yeah, what Amazing X-Men with Nightcrawler? I love Nightcrawler. I miss Nightcrawler.
The AOA Nightcrawler is dark. He kills people.
Yeah, I noticed.
While the 616 Nightcrawler is, even though he does participate in fights, he doesn't kill people.
Yeah, he does. Like, in heaven, he was awesome. He was fun. I like that Nightcrawler. I miss him in heaven. I know they had to bring him back to life. I know, and that made me happy. At the same time, it's kind of depressing that he had to leave heaven in order to save.
When he came back in Amazing X-Men, that was a brilliant move. I mean, he only been dead for 3 years, which is a good period of time to keep a character dead. Unlike some characters who've been dead for 1 year and banned their back, or in the case of Thor, where he was dead for a month.
I have no idea.
Well, at least they kept him dead for more than a year or two.
Oh, look at Superior.
Yeah. If you want to think of a villain, of a character who's still dead after all this time, who's been dead for a long period of time, I would say it would have to be Ben Parker. He's the longest person to stay dead. His death has never been reversed.
Except for Spider-Verse.
Ultimate version of him, but the 616 version. He's been dead for 53 years. No one has bothered bringing him back because if they bring him back, it will take off Spider-Man fans. Look at Gwen Stacy. There was a plan to bring her back, even though she'd been dead for, almost 40 years now.
It's a clone, basically. They had a clone that happened.
Yeah, clone, but the actual version, there was a plan to resurrect her, but they decided to keep her dead. But they decided to bring back Harry Osborn.
Why? Why bring him back? Why not? Oh, wait, that's one more day, isn't it?
Yeah, that happened. That was at the end of One More Day. You saw Harry alive, and anybody who was reading comics at the time know, wait a minute, isn't he supposed to be dead? He got killed off in issue 200 of Spectacular Spider-Man.
That was a good send-off. That was a good send-off to his character. So issue 400 was a good send-off.
Yeah, they actually did explain what happened. They still kept his death in the way canon.
I call bullshit.
But they changed it where his death was faked by Mysterio.
Bullshit! That makes no sense. Real close made more sense than this.
Speaking of Mysterio, where is he? Because last time anybody saw him, he was on the Ultimate Universe Earth.
Before I got blown up. I have no idea.
I mean, there's no confirmation that he's dead. He just disappeared. Last time he showed was 2 years ago.
Yep. DC Nation, what's your opinion on this?
What?
What's your opinion on the opening universe with Mysterio?
My opinion, like I said, it's kind of confusing a little bit for me. and that with the story and that with that universe and that, I mean, sometimes I know what's going on, and sometimes I get lost sometimes at the same time too.
Hello, Edgar. Edgar?
Yeah.
Hello, Edgar. Like, what?
What's going on, man?
No, man, we're doing a post-Secret War discussion. Since Secret War is still going on.
Oh, boy, that's fun.
Since
That's
already
cool.
released.
It's only
Okay,
going on
that's
for,
cool,
for
that's
another
cool.
month.
Yeah.
Of course, there is.
Alright.
Of course, some of the post-Secret War series is starting up next, despite the fact some Secret Wars books are still going on.
Yeah.
It's better off doing that than freaking starting it later.
Yeah.
They said it in October, so better off starting it there. And yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see, you got yourself a new icon since I last saw you.
Yeah.
Yep.
With Mary Jane
Oh,
Diamond.
I'm actually.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a picture
actually.
that Tivia's, it's a picture
What?
that Tivia's ticked off with.
I'm not ticked
yeah.
off about the picture. I could love the picture.
Yeah, you exploding with all that hunky dory shit, with all like, Michael Bay explosion because you're a butthurt because wait, Peter Parker will never get with Mary Jane again.
Okay,
It's
you're right
over.
about that. I know.
It's over. They're never gonna get back together. Face the facts. And this is all the fans. Gone.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's an invisible force preventing them from back together. His name is Joe Quesada.
No, I don't think you can. Like, not even Joe Quesada. I think it's just that times have changed. I think that you literally done enough stories between MJ and Peter. You can't do it anymore. That's why I'm kind of like.
I don't think so.
I do have a theory of why that Mary Jane is going to the Invincible Iron Man.
Okay,
Why?
sure.
Because Dan Slott has no plans to use her, and Bendis knows how to write her properly.
Yep.
Properly. He writes her like an idiot.
Yeah, he does.
He's writing her like for the past 2 years.
Yep.
And where the heck has she been? No one's seen her since, like, what, issue 3 of the most recent volume Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's like he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, characters have been disappeared, come and go. It's like, this is bad. And also another thing is, I feel that since might, and I mean might, get together with MJ and Tony, if they get together, I think it's for the best. Not only it will make Tony a better hero, but it'll make Tony Stark fall in love. We never see Tony Stark fall in love, and
that's true.
I've seen it.
Huh?
I've seen him fall in love. He's had girlfriends over the years.
Yeah, that's true, but they never went all out.
Yeah,
I've only thought of 2 women he could possibly end up with happily ever after.
Pepper Potts?
His first love, or a woman that Dave McKenna came up with back in the 80s, a woman named Bethany Cabe.
Her. I know her. It's just
You ever notice that Mary Jane and Pepper have all one thing in common?
White hair.
What is it?
Red hair. They're all redheads.
It's true.
That is true.
It is so funny the fact that he falls in love with redheads, and yet one of his girlfriends was Japanese.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But it never went. They never go anywhere.
And their relationship ended not because he broke up with her, because she died.
Wait, how'd she die?
Doppelganger of Iron Man's killed her.
Yeah, that's true.
Iron Man Volume 3.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
I didn't know that.
I was surprised with if they show a scene with Tony and Mary Jane in bed together.
If that happens, then I'm gonna freak.
Well,
no,
they
I'm gonna be.
with various other women in the Ultimate verse. There's a panel with him in bed with the Ultimate version of Carol Danvers.
Oh yeah, there is. I saw. I read that story. Ultimate Comics, Fully Born.
It was it was Ultimate.
It
was New Ultimates #1. That issue ended with them in bed together. I'm like, when did this relationship happen?
Yeah, well, that's my reaction to it. Like,
I'm just saying it right now. If they get together, that's cool. I'm happy. At least Mary Jane, someone, and literally could do her properly. And two, it's better this way because you're never gonna get this pushing, demanding. The dream's dead. It's official to me.
Yeah.
It's official. You
When
say,
Iron Man. Where does that leave the rest of the supporting cast? The old supporting cast. They're
gone. They're not going to be in here for a while. Like
wait, they're gone?
What's in like
No.
Jameson's over in Silk. Ben Urich is over in Spider-Woman. Yep. But what about the rest of the Daily Bugle? Couldn't they just go over to another book? Like, I don't know, Daredevil show up there?
Probably. Who knows?
Probably.
You never know. Or hell, Miles.
Yeah, Miles' book might be interesting if they show up there. Miles could work for them.
Miles the one character can't survive the over universe. He's the one character who left it on the entire universe. Because everyone is dead.
We don't
Speaking
know
of Miles, that reminds me.
Oh, dude, tell you, we don't know if the Ultimates are gone, half gone. There could be survivors. So don't say shit if you get chewed on.
Well, they're one of the upcoming covers for all new Avengers. The Ultimate Reed Richards is on one of the covers.
That's two survivors.
See?
Okay,
even though it looked like him, it could not be. Even though it looks like Ultimate Reed Richards, according to the interview I read, it could possibly be 616 Reed Richards.
Wait, what? When did he become evil?
This is something that Mark Waid said about I think it was either this book or Ultimates. There is a book called Ultimates, but it's not the one with the Ultimate Universe. It's 616 characters called Ultimates, and it's comprised of pretty much characters, like, I think it was like 2 of them who were seen in the Mighty Avengers book, which is Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau.
And Galactus.
Black Panther and Galactus. I don't remember who the other character is.
Some Miss America, I think, from AX.
Captain Marvel's in there too.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah. Right.
And it's up with the same creative team who previously did Captain America and Mighty Avengers. I mean, it looks interesting, especially seeing Galactus is still gonna be around, which makes me happy because Galactus is the biggest cosmic character Marvel has had, and I think Marvel will be dumb if they get rid of him.
Last time I said, Galactus was still trying to open the universe. He's trying to open negative zone. So how do you escape?
Oh my God! Do I have to really repeat this shit again to you?
No, you don't.
I know how you escape out of the end zone.
How?
The Celestials brought him to the 616.
Makes sense to me.
Open up a portal. This is explained in Silver Surfer that apparently the Celestials have the ability to open up these other dimensional portals, and they dragged an unconscious Galactus back to 616.
Makes sense to me. That's the only answer I can think of.
This is explained in Silver Surfer. Dan Slott wrote that.
Yep. So?
Am I right, Edgar?
Yeah, that's true. Also, another thing is, I'm more there's only 2 books. The new Iron Man run.
Yep.
Actually, take that back, 3. 3 books I'm looking forward to. New Iron Man, The Mighty Thor, and All New Wolverine.
Yeah.
Written by the great Tom Taylor. Just oh my God, Tom Taylor.
What do you think of Squadron Supreme?
Huh?
What do you think of Squadron Supreme by James Robinson and Leonard Kirk?
Don't really care for it. Not my interest. It's like, if it has something that I'm piqued my interest, I'm gonna read it. But it's like there's a lot of Marvel books besides the 3 choices the 3
Yeah,
there's
like
also
Scarlet.
Drax, which is being written by two people. It's written by Colin Bunn and former WWE wrestler CM Punk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it did, Evan.
Yeah,
Speaking of all new books,
I think this is one of two books he's writing. The other is in Kenny X-Men, which I'm looking forward to that X-Men team, especially since it's mostly comprised of X-Men villains. Like, there's Magneto, which he's the lead of the team. Magneto, Mystique,
Sabretooth.
Psylocke. Apparently, also present-day Angel is going to join the team as well as Archangel.
Where's he been? It's been years.
I have no idea where he's been at all. He disappeared. Last time I saw him was when he was in Wolverine the X-Men.
Yeah, but
this is like about halfway through Jason Aaron's run of the book. He just disappears. Like, people have forgotten about him. People are more focused on the past version of him than they do the present-day version.
Yeah, because the past X-Men are still in the timeline, even after the incursions. Like, send them back already. We don't need them.
Let me talk. The reason why they're not doing that is because they want Jean Grey. They want the classic X-Men back. Because people do not like the X-Men now. They honestly, and this, I'm one of them. I want Jean. I want Cyclops, the good Cyclops that's not an asshole.
Yeah, agreed.
And probably not in a relationship with Emma Frost.
And not psychotic.
Probably, or we don't know that. I mean,
what's it like a Beast? Beast is basically, he's so smart, but he's. Some people are hated on Beast ever since the whole thing of Marvel now started. People have been hating on Beast because of what he did in All New X-Men. But he was on the verge of dying at the time, which came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, left field.
I'm glad he's going to still be around post Secret Wars, the present-day version of Beast.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be Kenny Inhumans.
Yeah, agreed.
But what about
Iceman?
What about Iceman? I mean, I think he's the only classic character who's actually written appropriately. Of all the original X-Men, I think he's probably the only who's written appropriately. But the thing is,
Iceman is gay, apparently.
Because I'm not seeing any book he's going to be in. Of all the covers I've seen for post Secret Wars, where the heck is he? I know that past Iceman is going to be all new X-Men, but what about present day X-Men?
Good question. I wonder that myself. You good?
No worries.
The X-Men at this point, they're so convoluted, so confusing. I don't know what the hell's going on at this point. Like, it's just one time travel.
That's just really, I don't really care about the timeline. They can't go back because the new Marvel Universe, it's not 616 anymore. Every Marvel Universe, it's merged into one. The old one, continuity, is gone. The new one is here.
Yep. The MCT universe party was too. Yep.
Huh?
My favorite MCT universe, Spider-Girl, her universe probably dead too.
The universe was kind of like the only thing was genuinely good on that universe was Spider-Girl. That was all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she could carry a universe around her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get Myers. Myers can carry universe out of
people hanging on. I mean, it was barely hanging on the book. Like, the book had some sales, but kind of lacked a little bit. I mean, it's just... It was... For me, I'm happy he's in the new universe, the new Marvel universe. It's just... I really am very happy on that shit. So,
what do you think of Guardians of the Galaxy? It's been written by Bendis at the Secret Wars.
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope he does better.
I mean, the only additions they made to the team is that Kitty's part of the team. Apparently, she's Star Lady, and the Thing is part of the team too, which that would be interesting.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
Which since the Banana 4 are now gone, like quotation marks.
Star-Lord is doing it solo. for a while. I'm gonna say he's gonna come back later on. I mean, the stories, it's gonna be really good. However, I kind of feel like Bendis might slack.
Yep.
One thing I hope though, for
on his
Guardians of the
books.
Galaxy, they can actually keep an artist on for more than one issue. Because
Yeah.
I thought the writing was
mean,
good. They kept
hold on,
changing
be right
artists every issue. I don't know why.
All right.
This
Joe,
is like one of
what
like
do you think?
several books I've seen where they have different artists every issue. Kenny X
Yeah.
was from this. Wolverine the X-Men or something from this in the beginning.
Yep.
And Nova. Nova also has the same problem too. They can't keep an artist on.
Okay. Well, Joe, what's your opinion on Nova?
On Nova?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually becoming a big fan of the character right now. And that.
Yeah.
Like Star-Lord, like I heard you guys talking about Star-Lord. Yeah, Star-Lord is kind of so popular right now, even including the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yep.
And he does deserve to have his own standalone comic right now because he's such a popular character right now.
Likewise.
Did you know that Groot and Rocket Raccoon are getting their own team-up series?
Ooh,
I thought they already got their own team-up series.
Well, even though they were together, it's a replacement for both Rocket Raccoon and the Groot title, which I'm wondering why in the world would they even give Groot an ongoing title in the first place? And then
Groot can't talk. Or is it I'm Groot?
cancel it just so they can make room for Groot and Rocket Raccoon series, and it's done by Scotty Young.
I like Scott Young. Scott Young, like mini Marvel, like mini AVX, was so fun and so cute.
that's
Go on.
okay. I'm actually pretty excited for the team up because, like, if you watch the movie, like those two characters had such a great friendship in that, and especially when Groot died, how Rocket Raccoon was so sad in that. I'm actually pretty excited for this team up.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
my big question for one of the characters who was supposedly still a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Angela. After
Angela.
Final Jean Grey, she was dropped from the book for no explanation, and of course she got an ongoing series.
Because I'll tell you why. She's in hell.
Yep.
Trying to save.
She's gonna kick ass.
Trying to save. She called the Guardians of the Galaxy to help her deal with that, and that was in her book. And he's the new queen of hell.
Yep.
Of Asgard.
Did she overthrow Mephisto because he was the one who previously had the job as a ruler of hell?
That's what I wonder.
You as I know that because I read Charles Schultz's run on Thunderbolts, which the team of Thunderbolts, when they went to Hell by accident, they were supposed to send the character Mercy there, but the whole team went there, and they made a deal with Mephisto. The deal was this: he would help them get out of Hell if they removed Guido from his throne. That was the deal.
Why?
Plus Deadpool and the leader. The leader was the one who made the deal in the first place. Of course, he was Red Leader. Yeah, the leader. I'm not kidding. The leader. He's got red skin now.
I'm so confused by this.
Deadpool himself also did inclusion to the contract. He had a written contract. If you read this arc, it's like issues 20 to 22 of Thunderbolts Volume 2.
With Agent Venom, right?
An actual written contract written by the leader and signed by Mephisto, but Deadpool also made an inclusion that Mephisto would open up a portal to heaven just so Deadpool can steal one of the Angel's feathers.
What? That's just insane.
Yeah, and how Guido gets moved from his throne is so funny. He fights Ross, General Ross, a.k.a. the Red Hulk. He fights him for like, I don't know, it must have been about 10 minutes, and then he's like, Uncle. He gives up so easily, and then all of a sudden, Mephisto's back in his throne.
It's so funny.
It's funny.
The weirdest story that Charles Schultz ever came up with.
I need to read this. Yeah, this sounds hilarious. I need to read this series. Like, Thunderbolts may not be one of my favorite series at all. Most people get Agent Venom, but still, that's an awesome title.
I'm glad Venom is getting an ongoing series again.
Speaking of
Even though he's
Agent
getting
Venom,
space, I'm just happy he's getting an ongoing series again because Marvel should never have canceled his title in the first place.
Marvel should never give the Venom series to Flash. They should give it to Eddie Brock. I miss Eddie Brock Venom. That's my opinion.
That's my
Okay.
That's my Venom. Eddie Brock has always been my Venom.
Same here.
Where the
Like,
heck- Because last time I saw him was in the Toxin arc for Venom.
good question. I've been wondering that for years. Like, where's he been? It's been decades. Like, that's why I completely forgot all about him. Like, he finally came back in Renew Your Vows. Then died.
Maybe he's going to show up in Carnage. He could show up there after Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Just make him a support. Just have Gary Conway make him a supporting character.
Yeah, Gary Conway's a great writer. I imagine thing like Spyro. Spyro would do that down
Surprised
for me.
he was able to come back to Marvel recently and do that arc in Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those series of .1s, that 5-part .1 story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that never got that was basically I consider that a fan fiction, like the whole this is a filler fan stories of Spider-Man during Superior is going on.
Well, this has actually happened just this year, and the one thing I gave credit for Gary Conway for doing, he doesn't write Black Cat the way Dan Slott wrote her.
I am sick of the goddamn Black Cat shit. I really am tired of it. It's a storyline has a predetermined.
Crime boss. You like that?
No, I don't. I honestly it's a drag. I want to see the Green Goblin again. I want to see all these other villains. Maybe the Hobgoblin. For what?
Yeah.
Throw me something a bone here.
Hobgoblin's last known appearance was during Access.
Yeah, it was.
Great. Agreed. And it's just to me, I want to see other villains come in and on the book. Again, give me something storylines, or just give me short stories for one issue per issue. One issue.
Okay, name 5 Spider-Man villains off the top of your head, and I can think of probably last time anybody saw them. Name 5 besides Green Goblin.
All right.
Okay.
We all do this.
No, don't tell you. I'm going first. I started. I want to get this.
Okay, you go first. Jason, Nathan, you go second.
Okay, just let me speak. Okay. All right. Okay. Scorpion, Shocker, Kraven the Hunter, Stereo, and fuck, I can't even think of it. I'm trying. The Spot.
Spot is apparently dead. Scorpion is 189. Shocker, he was last seen in Superior Falls of Spider-Man.
Hello and welcome.
And what about the other 2 you named? You said Mysterio.
I'm trying to think. I got nothing.
Mysterio was last seen in Cataclysm.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, keys.
All right.
Yeah.
Dog.
What's with the
Yeah.
dog?
Yeah.
Me.
Mute your mic.
I am. Hang on.
Okay. Sorry about that, but anyway.
Huh?
Can
Edgar?
Must be.
I'm
Good connection.
sure that Scorpion's going to be in Spider-Man 2099 post-Secret Wars.
Yeah. Agreed.
Can I speak my villains?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Okay, nobody's ever runs the top 5. Carnage, you gotta bring Carnage up. Scorpion.
Oh, we saw him. He's been appeared. He showed up.
Okay,
He's
Scorpion.
getting an ongoing series. Who's
Shocker.
next?
Venom.
Shocker, no one's seen him since the end of Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
And including Dr. Octopus.
Gone.
no,
Dead.
Superior. He was Superior.
He was superior, okay.
Yeah.
I think you also said Kraven.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craven.
Kraven's not been seen since Scarlet Spider.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. It's just wow. Okay, that long. Wow.
Yep. Since Kane.
Just Kane. Okay. At least
All
Kane
right.
has.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's the.
Joe.
Oh, yeah, I want to see Shocker because he's not been a Spider-Man comics for a long time, and including Scorpion King, and
Scorpion King.
I mean Scorpion, my mistake.
Scorpion is Spider-Man 2099. He's probably gonna be there after Secret Wars.
Yeah, with the go hell.
Because he works at Alchemax, so it makes sense for him to still be there.
So you guys say Carnage is in there too?
Yeah, you don't see him.
Carnage is an ongoing title, so he's not going to play. He's gonna be fine.
Mm.
Yep.
Those probably the only, like the top, the ones I mentioned.
I got one. The Chameleon. What was the last song?
I think he may appear already.
Spider-Man and the X-Men. He was never covered issues.
What?
Spider-Man and the X-Men. That 6-issue mini that came out early this year. He was in that one.
Yep.
He's currently in jail with Mojo for some reason.
Mojo. Oh yeah, X-Men villain.
Yeah.
What about Mysterio?
Mysterio.
I thought it mean Cataclysm.
That was last time Mysterio was seen, was Cataclysm.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, then I'll go next. I'll go with my list. My top 5 Venom went through. We've been Spider-Man number 5 Venom, the real Venom, Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock Venom. I want him to come back.
He can't go back. He can't go back because he's the new Toxin. Do your research.
Yeah. And plus, he was last seen in the Toxin arc for Venom. The Venom series.
Yeah, and hell, just makes it even better. What just makes it even better is this: when the symbiote bonded him, he was fucking afraid of it. And that just basically told us Venom fans, it's over. You're never gonna get Venom back.
And they're gonna get stuck with Flash Thompson because apparently, this was revealed in Guardians of the Galaxy. Bendis wrote this story. Apparently, even though he's had a few different hosts.
Yep.
Flash is his most stable host he's had so far.
Yep. And the better they retcon symbiote order to Quintar. No, seriously, that's the name. The Quintar Rage, which is weird.
Yeah, and
go on.
And Bendis gave him a new look. I don't mind the new look. It's interesting.
I kinda like the old look better.
Yeah, I kind of like the old look better as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on this one. Let's see, what's the number 4?
Go on, Nick. Nick, go on.
It's just that since the Toxin arc, no one has seen him since. That was 31-35 of Venom Volume 2. That was last time anybody saw him. That was last time I saw him, and he's not been seen since.
Yep, that's better right.
Make a Toxin series, we'll be happy.
Or put him in Carnage.
Or make an anti-Venom. Make an anti-Venom with the different symbiote.
Anti-Venom is destroyed.
Dan Slott had that destroyed.
Use it to cure everybody. Yeah. So I'm like, he's stuck with that suit.
Damn it.
Though the biggest question is about Toxin.
Yeah.
When the heck did Brock get that symbiote? Because that has never been explained.
Yep. Agreed.
Because the previous host of Toxin, no one knows what happened to him. He just disappeared. Somehow in Vegas, the symbiote got separate from him, and now it's hooked up to Eddie Brock, even the guy he's been hating. He's been trying to kill symbiotes for some time, and now he is the host of Toxin.
Yep. Congratulations, Marvel. You can turn a famous character into a toxin who no one liked.
If you want to blame somebody for having
I like Toxin.
Rick Remender's the one who put that symbiote on him.
Ow.
Uh-huh.
Okay, my bad.
Also, another thing is, speak about villains that we've never seen. I could name a few Iron Man villains we have never seen. Yeah. Number 1, the goddamn Mandarin. Last time we saw him, he was battling Tony Stark in the Mac Fraction run, and he died because that was the last time we saw the fact that that was a horrible thing. Another one is the fucking Crimson Dynamo and Titanium Man. Both villains were very good. Gone. We don't see them. Blizzard, Whiplash, where are they? Never seen them.
The last time I saw him was in Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And basically, Kirk Connors is in control of the Lizard body ever since the No Turning Back story when Spider-Man stabbed that staff into his head.
No, I'm not talking about Lizard. I'm not talking about Lizard. I'm talking about Blizzard. The guy we had.
I think the last time Blizzard showed up was at the start of Karen Gillian's run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as for Crimson Dynamo and Titanium Man, I think the last known host of the last person who currently is supposed to be Crimson Dynamo, I think he might be dead. But Titanium Man, the last time I saw him was Ends of the Earth story for Amazing Spider-Man. That was like, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, 2010.
I just missed the Iron Man villains. I think he had a bitch in villains. And I just what the fuck happened to these guys? What happened to Bing Bang Boom turned into a human? What happened to all these guys? They're practically dead or irrelevant. That's my problem.
Well, actually, the Blizzard, if you read the miniseries Infinity Heist, Blizzard's in that series.
Never heard of it.
It came out during Infinity. While the Avengers are out in space, the Blizzard forms this team of villains to raid Tony Stark's armory while he's out in space.
Oh,
that's it, Evan.
Shit.
It's a really good miniseries. You should find it. It's collected in a trade with Infinity Hunt.
I'll look into it. I'll look into it because that could affect the Iron Man run where Bendis said Iron Man will face new villains, brand new villains, and I'm hoping that's the case.
If you want to think of one Iron Man villain that's not been seen in a while, Madame Mystique.
Who's Madame Mystique? I never heard of her.
Madame Mask? Madame Mask? You mean?
Madame Mystique, the one with the golden mask.
That's Madame Mask. That's Madame Mask.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, the gold. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, she's gonna be in the new Iron Man run.
She is?
There's a preview that she has appeared in that book, Madame Mask, the whole golden helmet and all that.
And this is something quite interesting. Madame Mystique, or Madame Mask, how you pronounce her name, she's gonna be an Agent Carter.
What?
I hate that. I'm like, why are we using again? Why are we using Iron Man fucking villains in shows that are not supposed to? That are characters, Iron Man villains that are not supposed to be
Anton Briscoe, the guy who was supposed to be Crimson Dynamo. He's in that series too. He appeared in the pilot episode. Mickey Rourke's character in Iron Man 2, his father. He was in the pilot episode.
Yeah, Whiplash.
Fucking God.
And the guy who is Whiplash in the comics, the original Whiplash, appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he was never called Whiplash. He had a whip as a weapon, but he's never called it. I think his name was Whip or something. Do you remember his name? The original Whiplash?
Yeah. This is why I hate
that character appeared on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under his real name, but he's never called Whiplash.
This is why I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this once. I'm going to say it again. This is why I don't like Marvel Studios as much as how they treat the Iron Man characters. The Iron Man characters, including the fucking movies, very, very treated badly. Very treated badly.
Well, Ironmonger died, but but he was already dead in the comics already, so...
Yeah, it was.
With Ironmonger, Obadiah Stane, he basically killed himself.
Yeah, he did.
That's the thing. He was busted so hard, to the fact he was going to go to jail. And may I tell you guys, he looked like Lex Luthor. At times, I'm like, is this Lex Luthor? It kind of
just. You gotta get credit for Jeff Bridges for playing a fantastic Obadiah Stane. He did a good job.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Even when he was the Ironmonger, he was an awesome villain.
Yeah, he was. He was probably the only best villain in the first Iron Man movie. The second one, oh my god, what the fuck? Like the villain in that movie.
I had no problem with Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. He played a pretty good Justin Hammer.
I didn't like him. I thought he wasn't horrible as Justin Hammer. I thought he kind of ruined Justin Hammer because Justin Hammer danced like an idiot. Are you kidding me?
What's the thing with the old man? Wasn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be an old man, very business tactic, and it's just like he hires people to kill them, which honestly that did happen, but it should have happened properly.
The only reason why they had him the same age because Marvel Studios wanted it that way. That's the only reason why that Sam Rockwell is around the same age as Robert Downey Jr.
Yep, that's fucking retarded.
Now, I mean, say what you will about Iron Man 3, despite the fact it had terrible villains, at least Tony Stark did a good job in the movie. I mean,
yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. That I will say. But the Iron Man 3, don't get me started on that movie. That movie,
despite the fact it has terrible villains. You can't deny it has terrible villains, but Tony Stark, Detective Tony Stark,
was true.
More of a detective than Batman was in the Christopher Nolan series.
Joe,
what's your opinion?
About what?
About
the Iron Man fucking franchise.
And the villains.
And the villains? Well, I have to agree, everybody on this one, on the first one. Jeff Bridges was an amazing villain. Let's not talk about Iron Man 2. I was not a fan of that villain, including Iron Man 3.
Hey. Well, at least we could all admit that fucking battle between Iron Man and War Machine was fucking spot on.
Yeah, it was.
Through the comics.
Yeah.
Well, the War Machine battle I really liked because I think it was such a good action-packed part of that movie, and that I didn't hate Iron Man 2, no doubt. I liked the movie. I think the villain they went for, I was not very happy with.
Yeah.
You know,
they should have gone with Crimson Dynamo or Titanium Man.
Or Whiplash.
No, that was Whiplash, but it's like that was his son. Whiplash's father, Whiplash's father supposedly died.
What they did is basically Mickey Rourke's character is an anagram of two completely different characters. They took Crimson Dynamo and Whiplash, combined into one.
Oh,
bad idea from the beginning, and it's just like if you wanted that character and you want to do villains, two villains, that would have been fine. I would have been held out. I would have taken that. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 took that idea. Yeah, granted, you had Rhino in there a little bit, but he was only just like, if you take his scenes away, it would still be the same movie.
Likewise.
Yes. And
everybody who was an AIM agent in the movie, only the woman is an AIM agent in the comics. She is the only one who is, and she's a Man-Thing related character.
Wait, what?
The woman who's an AIM agent in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
She's an AIM agent in the comics, and she's associated with Man-Thing. She's Man-Thing's ex-wife.
Huh.
Okay.
And it's just like to me, I'm just very, very just bad taste in my mouth. I'm fucking like I'm still pissed off what they did to the Iron Man franchise. They killed it. They killed every single way that you could do a franchise off of it. I consider Iron Man 3 as the Batman and Robin.
I wouldn't consider that only that bad.
Iron Man 3 does have some good things going for it. I mean, you have Robert Downey Jr. putting a good performance. You have Gwyneth Paltrow doing okay job for what she's given. I mean, the rest of the characters are fine. It's just that the villains are bad.
Yeah.
Villain character, like they did with Iron Man 2, they took two separate characters and combined the one. They took the actual Adrian Killing character, who was a one-shot character, committed suicide in the original Extremist storyline. They took him and the main villain of that storyline and combined the one.
My biggest problem off that fucking movie is they absolutely ruined the Mandarin.
That wasn't really the Mandarin. They did kind of make up for that with that one shot. The Man Who Will Be King, they brought back Ben Kingsley for that one, and the guy who's normally Nighthawk in the comics, he appears in the film, and he says he's taking him to the real Mandarin.
Yeah, but after we bitched and moaned at their asses almost half a year, and they finally caved in, and there they go. They gave us a one shot, which honestly that doesn't really cut it for me because personally we may never know that the Mandarin will ever come into a Marvel movie because Robert Downey Jr. is fucking greedy as always, and we know if he'll ever do another Iron Man movie because he's going to be almost more money than God.
Well, do you know the reason why that Marvel I don't know if you heard about this, Edgar. Marvel Studios is not connected with the Marvel Comics company.
Yeah,
it moved over to Disney.
I know.
Do you know why it was moved over there?
Oh yeah.
Because the Marvel CEO was cheap. And he's a jerk. The guy's been owning Marvel since, like, what, late 90s? Ron Perlman, I don't remember his name. But when I see him, I'm like, this sucker is still with Marvel, even though that DC bought him out. Not DC, Disney bought him out, what was it, about 6 years ago?
You know, Disney only gives a shit about their face. Disney saw their movies, and they thought, okay, let's make money off of them, and let's make off their movies, and let's help them make more money. And it worked. It really did. They did it.
Do you know how cheap this guy is, the CEO of Marvel? He press junkets. He doesn't have hotels. I've heard press junkets are usually held at hotels. He has it at one of the Disney studios. And instead of having catered food, I heard about this from John Campia from Collider Movie Talk. He basically had them eat a big bowl of Doritos. And so he gave everybody bottles of water and no chairs to sit down. And these people were just waiting for 8 hours.
No, he's not. It's true.
Wow.
The Martian is insane. Yeah,
and Kevin Feige clashed with him frequently over the years. And even he clashed over Civil War. There was clashes over that. So that's the reason why that the chairman of Disney took Marvel Studios out of Marvel Entertainment and put it as part of Disney.
Yeah. That's good. At least they're taken care of. But anyway, I still, that doesn't give me any hope on their movies on terms of Iron Man movies. They've done.
If you were to make an Iron Man movie, which Iron Man villain would you choose to be in the movie that has not been in one yet?
I have no idea.
The Mandarin.
Well, I
still feel cheated off of my Mandarin movie. I want the Mandarin because I like this. I love this villain, and I think this villain deserves the treatment that he truly gets. And I feel like he got cheated, and I feel like this is the time. And I wouldn't call it Iron Man 4. I would call it Invincible Iron Man.
Likewise.
Not a bad idea, but instead of using the Mandarin, I would choose Titanium Man as the main villain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why not? He's a similar Iron Man-like character, because if you look at all the previous movies, with the first two movies, the Iron Man villains wear armor.
Yeah, but I would go different route with it. I would have magic versus science, and Tony, sometimes his armor gets malfunctioned and get destroyed with the Mandarin. And plus, wouldn't it be awesome to have Rescue, War Machine, and
We
Iron
were about to
Man?
get Rescue and Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I know that, but let me talk. Rescue and Iron Man and War Machine fighting Fin Fang Foom and the Dragons. My God!
Like the anime movie. With the,
Edgar, I'm sure you're not happy when they decide to take the War Machine arm and repaint it as Iron Patriot, and they gave a dumb reason why.
Well,
because they have
so dumb. What was wrong with it?
It was stupid. It was so stupid, and I'm glad they changed it back. For me,
I think the reason why they did that because
they had no Osborn.
I think the backlash was so bad against them, they decided to change it back to War Machine.
Well, no, actually, no. The reason why they couldn't use Iron Patriot was because Norman Osborn didn't have him.
Sony didn't have the rights with the Iron
Marvel
Patriot.
had the rights.
Marvel had the rights. Yeah, Marvel had the rights to
the Iron Patriot name. That's probably the reason why they used it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got Husband Joe after he's gonna get his opinion across, which I understand. That's why he left.
Now, Edgar, I know you're basically big on the Iron Man villains, but here's the thing: besides Loki and Ironmonger, who from Phase 1 is a really good villain and is not considered one note?
We're way off topic.
In your opinion? Phase 1 villain.
That's not one note. Red Skull.
Yes. He is definitely not a one-note villain. He was one of the most interesting villains to watch on screen.
Hell, he didn't die, so we could see him again eventually whenever the actor wants to do it.
And guess who also didn't die in their debut film? The Abomination.
Abomination.
Yeah,
but that's another thing.
He's not dead.
He got arrested. He got arrested, but he's still alive. There's nothing that says Marvel can't use him again.
Yeah, but that's another thing. He could be in Civil War.
I haven't heard anything he's going to be Civil War.
I doubt that. He's not going to be in Civil War. That's never going to happen.
Probably not. But it's just like, I'm just really want to see that happen. Like, I want to see something.
Here's the thing about Ross. I read a line. He's no longer a general. His position is a Secretary of State.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That is his position.
Could we see Red Hulk?
Maybe.
That would be a possibility. But I've heard that recently Hulk was going to be in Civil War, and then they pulled him out. They pulled him out. I don't know why, but they did. But as of right now, of all of the major characters the Marvel Cinematic Universe has currently in their films, Hulk and Thor are the only ones not in Civil War.
That's what they probably did. Yeah, they weren't a part of the story overall, so they're trying to be loosely, but trying to follow the formula in the comic.
True.
I mean, but I'm not really excited for Civil War. That fucking storyline ruined Iron Man in such a way. That true, but that's
that comic
different.
Affected almost every comic that was being published at the time. Iron Man became more of a dick, not as bad as he was in Superior Iron Man. Steve died.
Yep.
Spider-Man got his marriage retconned.
Yep. What is devil?
I can't think of much of anything else that came out that was really bad out of Civil War.
Thor and Iron Man's friendship was destroyed.
Yep.
I hated that. I hated that so much because.
Did you read the issue where when Thor came back from the dead?
Oh yeah.
Of Iron Man?
Oh yeah, he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did.
and did you know the reason why he did that? Because he cloned him.
Yep. He cloned him.
Yeah, he cloned him, and the best part is the clone killed one of his best friends, and he was just furious.
Yeah,
he was just Foster.
He killed Goliath.
Yeah, he killed the Black Goliath, and he's just like he was furious at Tony, and that ruined my favorite friendship relationship. Like those two, Thor and Iron Man. Like I read those characters through their history, and they were always best friends. They were always cool. They were always tight. And
Have they
got
reconciled
destroyed.
at all?
Huh?
Have they reconciled at all?
Huh? Oh,
How
they
did
have.
that
They
sound?
have. In Thor God of Thunder, Tony and Thor had a talk, and it was, oh my God, if the word is so bittersweet. It's just like Thor just basically tells him how he feels, and it's so perfect how I imagine their friendship. It brings me to tears that they're
Yeah.
friends again.
And that's not the only friendship Civil War destroyed. It also destroyed the friendship between Captain America and Iron Man.
Wait, I thought he died.
Captain. Well, that's true, but here's another thing. I never really thought that Iron Man and Cap were that really friends that much. Like, they'll talk and they'll have a conversation, but I never see them as allies.
Who do you see
Like-
as the heroes who are really close with Cap besides Falcon?
Spidey.
Spidey.
Well, wait, used to be people. I can tell you, I didn't get retconned. Ugh.
Dude.
As far as I know, Cap does know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He does know he is Spider-Man. He's one of like 23 people who knows he's Spider-Man.
Who else knows Spider-Man besides Mary Jane?
Pretty much anybody who was in that New Avengers number 50, whoever's in that issue knows. Mary Jane knows. Carly Cooper knows.
Fuck Carly Cooper. I hate her. I want to die.
Dude, just chill. She's just a character that's just.
Ox girlfriend during the Superior Spider-Man run. I can't remember her name. The short woman, the very very short woman.
Anna.
Yeah, Anna Maria Marconi.
Yeah, she knows.
Anna Maria.
Trying to think who else.
Doctor Strange.
Miguel knows. Yeah, I know that Kane knows.
How does Kane? I thought he didn't. Oh wait, he was cloned. What am I saying?
Well, they're
And the
clones, and he's known for years because he's a clone, so it makes sense for him to know that knowledge.
Yep, and the Jackal.
I don't know if the Jackal knows it anymore. That I don't know.
Well, for me, and speaking about the freaking Jackal, where the fuck is he?
I thought I
Last
checked.
time I saw him was a
a
two-part crossover story between Scarlet Spider and Superior Spider-Man team-up.
Dude, that was fucking bitchin'. That was
like, what,
I don't care.
2 years ago that issue came out?
Yeah, it was.
It was
last time
really
I saw
good.
it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, but the thing is, the problem with that story was that Jackal was still obsessed with making clones.
Yeah, it was.
What
Let's make a Gwen clone again. Let's make a Gwen Stacy father clone again.
Hey,
That
dude.
Karen in that story too. And when was the last time I saw Karen? No one's seen him
What?
in years prior to that story.
Yeah.
Yep. Clone. That's all Jackal.
Dude, the Clone Saga. Can we talk about the Clone Saga for a minute?
Yeah.
I like the Clone Saga, the new one, not the dragged out fucking
90s.
long ass, the 90s one. I like the new remake.
Yeah,
Clone
all
Saga.
new Clone Saga.
I thought
I like
that
that too.
I thought they
That was a
told
good
it.
miniseries.
I thought they told it really well.
Yep.
And I feel like that should have been the main canon.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
And hell, we could have had Kane as Scarlet Spider eventually, but I feel like eventually they're gonna bring back Ben Reilly.
Well, I know Kane was apparently killed off during Spider-Verse, but
Yeah, it was.
at the end of it, there is a possibility he might be still alive.
He
Maybe.
might. If
But
not,
I
then
thought killing him off was a bad idea during the crossover, because they had just brought him back just like, 3 years prior? 3 or 4
Yeah,
years
they
prior?
did.
And they want to kill him off in this story. It just made no sense to kill the character they had just brought back.
And hell, what makes me even just more just like, oh my god, what the fuck? They kill both of them back to back, and it's just like, whoa.
What do you mean,
whoa.
They only apparently killed Kane.
They killed Ben
No,
Reilly.
they killed Ben.
He died
They
too.
killed Ben too. They killed him off, and
Mhm.
it just really was just like, wow.
Ben Reilly
Yeah.
might be alive because there was this 3-part series of short stories that Ben
Scarlet
might
Spiders.
be alive in the Marvel Universe in Italy.
Italy.
Yeah,
How did
that was
he-
the last time I saw him. It was basically printing like in the last 10 years that he had showed up in Italy someplace, and there was a hint that he came back because of that character Raptor, the 616 Raptor, not the one that says MC2. This guy blamed Ben Riley for killing his family, even though he actually did it himself, though he didn't realize it.
This guy's a psychopath, basically, in general.
Yeah, and he gets killed off. He gets killed off in his return by Kane. Kane snapped his neck, almost the same way that he killed Doc Ock in the 90s.
Wow, that's the thing. So never saw coming. Wait, Kane always killed people. Almost, he's an anti-hero. But the one thing, his title was more all the power, none responsibility.
Where the heck is he going to be after Secret Wars, anyways? I mean, I've not heard any news related to him at all.
I have no idea.
And
the only people left.
Go on.
The only people left in the Spider-Verse title in that series are Spider-Gwen and not Amelia. Spider-Girl, not Major Parker, different Spider-Girl. Long story. Spider-Ham. Right, Spider-Pig.
Spider-Noir, Spider fucking British guy.
Spider-British.
What else? Spider-Gwen series coming up. That looks interesting, and I like the fact they're putting these characters together because it's an interesting idea, but the thing is, Spider-Gwen's in that series too, even though she's getting an ongoing series.
I think that here's the thing. Here's my big theory on that. I think that it will continue on her universe, but I think her universe is going to merge with the Marvel Cinematic. The Marvel all new, all different universe, the new Marvel universe, and that's why they're doing it. And plus, they're telling the origins of what really happened in detailed format between Peter and Gwen on her universe. That needs to explain more.
Yeah, and I'm glad the fact that Jason Latour and his artist, I don't remember who the artist was to Spider-Gwen, but I'm glad the fact that it's still the same. They're going to tell that story.
Yeah.
And that was in the promotion that they were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I loved it. I got every issue, and it's just it was really good. I think that they were doing something interesting, and I really, really hope that we get to see why did Peter got so jealous with Gwen, and what was the cause of Gwen got the powers? Like, what does she go to Norrin Oscorp? Is there a Norrin Oscorp in this universe? And if so, is Harry in here? And hell, that could be possibly the new love interest for her to come in, because I feel like Harry is going to be in this series. And plus, I would like to see her fight the Green Goblin. That's something I would just die to see.
Likewise, because I agree with you. Because her universe is more interesting than Secret. Okay, well, not Secret 6. Doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm Facebook friends with Jason Latour.
What?
Yes, I'm Facebook friends with him and several other famous comic book writers.
Freaking lucky.
Yeah, I'm also Facebook friends with, get this, you're all going to drop your jaw at this, Charles Show, John Cassidy, Tony Escondido, Andy Diggle, and Steve Eckelhart.
I hate you.
They don't have many friends. I've tried to be friends with Stan Lee on Facebook, but it wasn't accepted because he's got, like, I don't know, maybe about 3,000 Facebook friends. What? Yeah, Stan Lee's got like 3,000 Facebook friends. But yeah, I follow him on Twitter.
Interesting.
I talk to some artists on there. I do talk to Tom Taylor a few times, and just it's just, oh man, it's just I'm really looking forward to. Huh?
I follow Tom Taylor on Twitter.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, likewise.
I'm gonna say this. I think he's gonna do really good job on X-23. I just making her a very strong, making her a very strong female protagonist, and having her be a badass, it's just personally what I'm looking forward to.
You know what? When I read the first issue of Deathstroke, I tweeted Tony Estino personally that I love the issue.
Oh yeah, me too. I like the series a lot. I want to ask you something. Do you feel that Deathstroke should go with his family?
Deathstroke?
Yeah, Deathstroke.
Oh yeah, DC. Yeah.
I think he should keep his family.
No, he should go see them again. That's the main question.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to see him that, because I'll give you why. Because the reason why the reason why I don't feel like he should go back to them is because I think it'll literally like draw attention to other people, because in his comic book history, many people go after his family.
Yeah, they did. They went to jail, bro.
The best way to help solve that problem?
What?
Take Rose and Jericho, have them join the Teen Titans.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying for years.
I mean, why not? It'll give them something to do.
It will. I think
true, but that is true. But I don't know. I don't know if they should, because they did it. They were in the Teen Titans before. I mean,
well, Rose has. This universe's Jericho has not been in that book at all. He's only appeared in Deathstroke.
Yeah, and this universe's Lavender only appeared in two titles: Teen Titans and Letter and Outlaws.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That's about it.
No, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not fucking. I know.
Oh.
Yeah, and here's something quite funny about Rose. Not Rose. This is something quite funny. This was revealed toward the end of Red Hood and the Outlaws. Red Hood was once in a relationship with Rose Wilson.
When did this happen?
I have no idea, but apparently they were once a couple.
What?
I think Rose is 18? And Jason Todd's in his early 20s?
Edgar, what's your opinion on this?
Edgar?
He's muted.
I don't know why he's muted for.
This
was revealed in Red Hood and the Outlaws number 36.
Yeah, the last issue of that series.
It was toward the end of the series.
Yep. Wait, look on Scott Liddell. Congratulations. Ugh.
Yeah.
Scott Liddell too much.
Recent shit's come out for Red Hood Arsenal.
Yeah, I have.
It's an issue, and I thought it was funny what the tagline was for the next issue. Red Hood / Arsenal / Batman. I saw that, I'm laughing like crazy. That is so funny. The fact that he's going to be in there for another issue.
That book, in my opinion, is just confusing, convoluted. And
the confusing thing was this transition to a flashback, flashing back to when Jason Todd was Robin. This flashback comes completely out of nowhere. This flashback happens because you see 6 classic villains, 6 classic Batman villains show up one panel completely out of nowhere.
Yep.
And
Joker, Scarecrow.
Yeah, it's like Joker, Scarecrow, Catwoman, I think Penguin as well. This was so jarring of a transition. Yep. What the heck happened?
I have no idea. And what's even confusing...
The reason why I know this is not present-day Joker is because present-day Joker, when he was last seen, he had part of his head shaved, and he's supposed to be dead.
Yep. Yeah, quotation marks. Because we are that Joker's not dead. He always keeps coming back. Arkham Knight came back.
What happened to Bruce? How he managed to survive that final battle? Read Batman 43. That explains it. And this most recent issue that came out, it's set just after Zero Year, issue 44.
Yeah.
Just after Zero Year, and
that was by far the best issue.
What?
It was.
Because, I'm sorry, I know this is a fact, Commissioner Gordon's the new Batman.
Yeah.
But yet, I will say this, Bruce Wayne will become Batman. But this new Bruce Wayne is a clone, and he doesn't remember that he had a bat.
Well, Scott Snyder did explain how he managed to survive that in issue 43.
What's that? Issue 44. Oh, issue 44 the flashbacks to a new villain.
Yeah. And that was done, and the artwork was done by Jock, the same person who did Scott Snyder's Black Mirror story. It's a great issue.
Speaking of Jim Gordon's suit, oh yeah, that suit. Guess what that suit came back in? Guess. I'll give you a hint.
Okay, Terry. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You know, this is what. Let me freaking explain it to you. That suit, that bat suit that Commissioner Gordon's wearing, is the same technology of that freaking Batman Beyond suit. So, sorry, but you need to learn your research.
But here's a question for both of you.
Okay.
When will Jim Gordon ever visit the Batcave?
I have no idea.
Batman and Robin Eternal.
That might be a possibility.
Maybe.
But do you think in that story, do you think Dick will find out what happened to Bruce?
Probably. Hopefully after he found out in the Robin War.
Yeah, and I'm thinking though, when he returns to Gotham, Alfred's probably going to first punch him, then hug him. Barbara's going to slap him for lying to her all this time.
Jim?
Jason Todd, I don't think that he will do anything. Tim might punch him.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm like, when if she finds out that Bruce Wayne's still alive, I'll tell you this. Not only she'll slap,
Edgar?
she'll kick the fucking. I guarantee you, she doesn't give a fuck if it. Hello?
Hello?
Terry, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What the fuck? What do you want to say?
Continue where you left off. Connection.
I think you were saying what Barbara would do when she meets up with Dick. Or
Yeah,
Okay. Wait. Bruce. Yeah, it was Bruce. If Bruce Wayne is alive, she finds out she will literally barged in, but she'll kick the shit out of him so fast it would just be like, wow, holy shit! It's just really, really, damn. She really kicked his ass.
Yes. Well, if you read Batman Batgirl Anima 3, Barbara does kind of run the Dick, but she doesn't recognize him.
Yeah.
And she stares at his butt. And she stares at his butt when he's going on a helicopter. And she's like, I recognize that butt place. And she's like, nah. I don't know what is with the writer of
Terry says, stop being.
Apologies. Continue.
For me, I think the reason why she's looking at his ass is because she knows Dick Grayson, and I know for a fact, basically I know that they're gonna get together again.
Yep.
All gonna have a hookup. They're gonna Dick Grayson probably kick his ass a bit, but after that, I'm gonna kiss up and make up with Dick Grayson. It may not happen that fast, but over makeup, they will slowly get over it.
Yep.
Edgar, do you remember the female tarantula, the one who?
Yeah, I'm done. You guys can go.
Edgar, do you remember the female tarantula, the one who raped Dick in Nightwing 93?
Nope. Never heard of it.
The female tarantula. The one who raped Dick Grayson in Nightwing 93. She showed up in a recent issue of Green Arrow.
Guys?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the main topic of the Secret Wars, bro.
What's that?
We go probably later. But
So you were saying something, Edgar?
The fuck? Connection is something wrong. You guys, you keep going.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, with Bound Beyond, yeah, keep going. All right. Like I said, with Bound Beyond in general, actually, with the whole new like the next suit coming back.
It was like the Batcave in that series. Finally, 4 issues in.
But the thing is, though, after this Batcave got blown up at the end of Future's End. Oh wait, it hadn't been changed somehow. Which makes no sense because I hate time
The
travel.
only change that Future's End did was somehow Gotham City managed to be moved from Brother Eye.
Yep, and what makes less sense in general is that Tim Drake is still Bound Beyond, but it's kind of been rewritten somehow. But it's so time travel is so good for them.
Yeah.
But this series was only spawned because of Future's End, which no one liked. I didn't like it.
Tiva, you cannot blame Dan Jurgens.
I don't blame Dan
the crappiness of the series. You can't blame.
I don't blame him.
You blame the people who did Future's End, not Dan Jurgens. Dan Jurgens is a good writer. He's written a lot of good stuff over the years, but he's not to blame.
I don't blame
for this series. Blame Future's End.
I know. I don't blame him.
But Terry McGinnis will be back in this book.
I know.
That is a freaking fact because he's changing the path. He's changing the future in such a way that it's slowly coming to that point where we're gonna get Terry back. Stop bitching about it. You're bitching.
No, it's not because Terry McGinnis.
I'm not crazy. I'm
not
the one complaining about it. I know Tivy is.
I'm not trying to complain about him. That is a different topic. My point is this. Batman Beyond only came out because of Future's End, which I don't blame Dan Jennings. I don't blame him. It's not his fault. I blame DC Editorial for making him write that series. With this 48 issue of bullshit.
Dude, there was a pointless event. It was a pointless event. Did you really think that was going to do anything for the DC universe?
Nope. I knew from day one it was bullshit.
So why do you
major problem? It couldn't stick to a story for more than just 2 issues. It had consistent artwork, but it didn't have consistent writing with it. Batman Eternal had that reverse. Consistent writing, inconsistent artwork.
Bad artwork. Yep.
World's End.
Right. I
don't know what it's kind of mixed, but it's not as bad as what happened with Future's End.
Yeah. World's End was confusing, but we thought Batman said. Batman Eternal was confusing, but it was a good writer, Scott Snyder.
It was the only weekly series that actually had a good ending to it.
Yeah, it did, with the 12 hours of returning.
Yeah, which is like the first time since Talon they've showed up.
Yeah. Where have they been? It's been years.
Yeah, I asked that same question when I first read issue 52. I'm like, Calvin Rose, where the heck have you been the past year?
Good question. The 12 hours.
Like that either Scott Snyder forgot about him, or he just felt like, oh, we gotta include one character who no one has seen since the cancellation of a series. We have Batwing in here, but not Calvin Rose. And since this series ended, Harper Row and Calvin Rose have not been seen since Batman Eternal. Batwing. Spoiler isn't Catwoman. Batwing recently returned in an issue of Batgirl out of costume.
Yep.
I mean, is the writer of this book basically following the Mike Grell sense of writing, where any character who shows up in this book has to appear out of costume? That's what Mike Grell did for the Green Arrow back in the 90s. He had any character who showed up in the book not appear in costume. That was
apparently so because creativity over continuity.
Yeah, even though it's different continuity, but it seems like the writer of Batgirl is basically using his discipline when it comes to having characters when they show up in their book. And yet, Batman showed up in costume. The current Batman, he showed up in costume. Even though he first showed up out of costume, but he put it on.
Likewise, Stabby Batman appeared in Batgirl. Stabby Batman appeared in Batman Beyond. He appeared in Batman later in Arsenal. He appeared in Superman and Batman. He appeared in Public Superman and Lies. He keeps showing up in every single book.
The reason why he does that because Bruce Wayne as Batman did the same thing. But as of right now, he has shown up in every single Bat book except for Grayson, Robin Son of Batman, and Harley Quinn.
We are loving.
Actually, he has shown up there. He showed up in the most recent issue of that series.
Oh.
Who showed up?
The current Batman showed up in Robin number 3.
Oh, him. Anyway, it's just that to me, I feel like DC really lacking, and I'm just.
I saw the trade that's going to collect this arc. Apparently, this arc is going to be like 7 issues long.
Which arc?
The current arc right now in Batman.
Oh, 7-part issue. 7.
And it's already 4 issues in. So basically, we have to suffer through this for like 3 more months. I mean, I know the Detective Comics wrapped up its arc, and they're getting a new creative team. Peter J. Tomasi is writing the book with the next issue.
That's good news. He's a good writer.
Finally, they capture and took off that ugly skin that's been on her face for the past couple years.
Did they take it off?
Yeah, it's off now.
And what happened?
Finally, 2 years of waiting. And it takes Francis Menapo and Brian Buccellato, a team that is known for writing good stories, but they're bad at basically completing their stories, but at least they did something that no other writer bothered to do.
Took them long enough.
Almost 2 years.
Anywho, enough with the DC crap.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not really doing that shit.
We need to get a Pokemon Secret War discussion.
As of recently, we got Nightmask and Starbrand.
Starbrand? Never heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
They show up in Hickman's run for Avengers.
Gotcha.
They're getting their own team up top, just like with Groot and Rocket Raccoon. It's the same type of idea.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the Spider books that existed prior to Secret Wars, they're all sticking around. Silk,
except for one.
Yep. Spider-Gwen, even Spider-Woman. They're all still around.
Okay, Spider-Man pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering who the heck the father is.
I wouldn't be. Just imagine if it's someone else. Just imagine like, well, look. Well, no, actually, take that back. Well, no wonder it's you. It's just, yeah. It has to be It has to be unexpected, and I'm guaranteed probably issue 1 or 2. They're probably the dad.
I don't think it's Ben Urich. I think Ben Urich. I don't think he would be the father.
Peter Parker?
No, Ben Urich. Peter Parker. I don't think he would do that, especially with his corporate image that he's doing with him. I have a couple people in mind who could be the father. It could be Clint Barton. She's dating him.
Hawkeye?
So, yeah. She's dating Hawkeye, though it has not been really brought up in a while. He could be the father. Or could be Porcupine.
Who's Porcupine?
He shows up and he's a supporting character in the book. He's no D-list villain.
Never heard of him.
if you read Spider-Woman, you would know
I
who
have
he is.
G-Man.
I know who he is because he get this. You're gonna love this, Edgar. He's an old Iron Man villain. Yeah, he's.
You might give me a. You gotta give me a picture of him because I might know him because, yeah.
Well, if you open up Wikipedia and type in Porcupine comics, you'll probably find his image that way.
The Marvel Encyclopedia I own. I could probably check.
I'll look him up and and I'll see what issue was he in.
He showed up. He's been in Spider-Man since issue 6. This most recent volume.
Did Spider-Man get relaunched into issue 1 again? The renumbering stuff.
Yes, but the same creative team
did.
stayed in the book. Same creative team, no change of creative team.
Yep.
But I'm glad Greg Land's not in the book. But
thank God, Greg Land cannot draw women for life.
I mean, it makes no sense the fact that he's still working for Marvel, because
makes no sense that he's still drawing stuff.
Anybody who's read any of the books that he's done artwork for, people don't like him at doing books. I mean, the only book that he did that made sense for him to do was Iron Man, and I actually like his Iron Man. But when it came to other stuff he does, I mean, you could basically have your own checklist for Greg Land. Women in sexual poses, the teeth, smiling, up close facials.
Yep.
I mean, in the first 4 issues of Spider-Woman, he does all of that. He does everything he's known for doing. I mean, I've heard some people say, he just basically draws, like any female superhero, he draws them as porn stars wearing superhero costumes.
He traces, basically.
Yeah. And there's a famous issue of Ultimate Fantastic Four where in 4 different panels, Sue Storm has got 4 different hairstyles. I don't remember which issue this was, but I know it happened in issue of Ultimate Fantastic Four. I don't remember which issue it was.
I know what issue it's that's the old one zombie crossover.
Probably. And he also did the same. His most famous troping that he does, like where he redraws characters. The most famous Ultimate miniseries that he did it for was Ultimate Power.
Yeah, I tried to put ball at you and Carl reviewed that just for 2 issues.
I mean, speaking of that, I have the trade which collects his the issues he drew for Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which one? Volume 1 of?
I picked this one.
Spider-Verse?
Did you see what Porcupine looks like?
No, but I will later.
Okay. But he is an Iron Man villain. And he's fought the X-Men.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least you have one Iron villain still around.
Yep.
I'm just a big Iron Man fan that just misses the villains that Tony has had before, and I'm gonna say it, the Mac Fraction run killed every fucking one of them, and ever since then it just hasn't been the same, and I feel like.
Do you have any favorite Iron Man writers besides Stan Lee?
Besides Tom Taylor, I know one. I forgot his name.
Only Iron verse I do like is I like Danny O'Neill. I love his run. David McCain, him and Bob Layton, their run was fantastic. They came up with Demon of Battle in the first Armor War story.
Yeah, they did a great job on that.
Iron Man has always usually had good artwork over the years. I mean, I've never
absolutely.
He's had bad artwork.
The Gillian run.
Gillian?
The Gillian run to Iron Man?
Yeah.
That had bad artwork. Oh my god, the bad artwork of the Gillian was just bad.
Was the story good?
No, the Gillian run was horrible. Like.
Oh yeah.
I think he had 2 artists the entire run. First was Greg Land. I don't know who did the remaining 11 issues.
Both sucked. Both sucked.
Did you ever have a Greg Land when he did the artwork for the book?
I didn't like anything. It's like, to me, story has to count, and stories suck. I don't care about your artwork. You could have a gorgeous artwork and have it.
Who was the artist during Fractions run of the book?
I do not know, but I know he did a lot. But he did.
Yeah,
he did
the artwork was beautiful during Fractions run.
Oh yeah, because I like the fact. And here's another thing: I like the fact they used the Bleed Edge armor. It kept on evolving, kept on doing awesome shit, and it was really great. But it's just, yeah.
If you want to think of an artist that was really bad for Iron Man besides the artist for Iron Man Volume 5, John Romita Jr., Armor
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
I actually like his look. He did a storyline called Dragon Seed. I like that artwork. It's a really good artwork.
I think his artwork in the last 20 years have been just bad. But I think that came before his art started got really terrible. Okay. Because his most famous thing he's known for doing is drawing lines on people's faces. When you see that, it's John Romita Jr.'s artwork. And the artwork is so dark.
John Romita Jr.
That's what I like about it. It's dark, and it's dark, but it gets the nice and detailed format, and that's why I thought it was pretty cool.
John Romita Jr.
Have you read his current work for Superman, Edgar?
Or Spider-Man?
Superman. Okay, the difference between... Okay, I'm going to say this. Superman, to me, the comics now, the only Superman title that I read is Superman and Wonder Woman. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good title. I got to get credit for that.
Yeah,
Action Comics is okay.
Direct... Oh, go on. Go on, Nick.
Action Comics, I would consider that the second best Superman book. Because it has better artwork than Superman, and the writing is better than Superman.
Isn't Action Comics the story with the shadow people who are confused and all that makes sense?
Yeah.
I just personally, and this is just me. I just want Scott Snyder to do Superman because he definitely shows that he could do Superman a lot. And
with the Superman Unchained series?
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that run. And it's like, why? Because this story that it's just spot on amazingness, and I'm like, he's using Superman that I feel like the writers just haven't done yet. And the artwork's amazing. It's like Jim Lee and Scott Snyder. Match of heaven.
What about Jeff Johns' recent work for Superman? Did you like his writing for Superman?
I haven't read it.
He did issues 32 through 38. 38's the issue where he got the new superpower, which nobody likes that new superpower. When he goes,
I think that power is cool.
But he's ODing.
It's one way. It's like it's just you use it once.
Google.
You go. Hey, Charlie.
I got kicked ass. Yep.
Whatever. All right. Back to the main topic. For me, I like that power because it's a one-way. Like it's the last result. Like Superman has another power that he could utilize if it's necessary. The only thing bad about it is it shuts his power off for 24 hours.
And you also what's bad about it? The writers keep frequently using it.
Yep.
I'm like, why? I mean, okay, it's a last resort power. Fine. You don't need to frequently use it. It just...
They use it how many times?
It just...
I'm going to say...
I think it was either Action Comics or Superman Wonder Woman that he still has some of his super strength back, and I think he has limited flight, and I don't think he has his heat vision because I have not seen him use his heat vision at all since last time.
That's gone.
But I think that's all he's got. Just limited super strength and limited flight. That's it.
It'll eventually come back to him. But the one thing I really just honestly hate the fact is they took away Supergirl's powers entirely. It just...
Supergirl?
Yeah, they took away all her powers.
I don't know.
Why?
The last storyline, she basically turned to human, basically. In a really good nutshell.
That sucks.
That could explain why the comic ended. I mean, there was no announcement. It just ended with issue 40.
That's depressing.
Yeah, no, it was one of my favorite titles that I always read, and yes, it was different than any Supergirl I liked about it. It was different. It was something new, something fresh. It was a reboot of a character that I think that was really well done. And I completely disagree.
And plus, there was a few other good things about the book. One, she had Silver Banshee as a supporting character.
Of course.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they made her Red Lantern for.
Because of rage.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. And did you like
Superboy
when Scott Lobdell was writing him? Did you like that?
Huh?
No.
Did you like Superboy under Scott Lobdell?
I never read it, never bought a character.
I have read his run for Superboy. I actually liked it. I may not like what he did with Teen Titans, but he did a fantastic job writing Superboy. I mean, it was more enjoyable than, let's say, Superman.
Okay, you understand Scott Lobdell's writing. He's good with Superboy. He's stuck with Teen Titan. He's stuck with London Outlaws. What? What? You have Superboy that's good? How the fuck does that happen?
I'm confused by this. You might like it, Tivia. But he only did the first 25 issues. Then they had Marv Wolfman take over. I mean, that was a good idea, but the book was bad under his writing. The book was bad, and they had John
editorial mandate.
But
and he made it worse.
The last couple issues were better than the previous issues.
Yeah.
No one knew that Superboy was dead. No one knew he was dead. And people assumed that John Lee Kent was Superboy. And
Teen Titans were complete idiots.
Yeah. And it took him coming back. I mean, John Lee Kent is thinner than Connor.
Did he come back? Like, did he come back? Like, to the real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is Superboy. He's in Teen Titans.
Okay. Yep. I thought that was the Superboy. Okay, go on, Nick. Before you go, before I go on, you go.
He's the primary focus of the current arc of the series.
Okay, all right. I thought it was the other guy. I thought we were still sucking around with this guy. The
John Lee Kent's dead. He got killed off in the last issue.
Yeah, he died.
He's dead. Thank God they killed him.
How did he die?
I don't know how they did kill him.
Oh, I want to know, like for me, guys, I don't know who killed him, and I don't care. I'm wondering, why does Cassie still hate fucking Superboy?
I want to myself.
And also, when the heck did she put together the Elite? The version that she has.
Manchester Black.
I mean, it showed up in issue 10 completely out of nowhere. I mean, when you put a team together, you're supposed to put the team together, now have the team completely show up out of nowhere. Apparently, there was some off-panel between issues 9 and 10, and the team was made up of Wonder Girl, Power Girl. This is the black girl who's Power Girl.
Yeah.
Flash, Caloran, and I think there's a couple other characters as part of that group.
Yeah, Guardian.
Why? Why in the world would you even form this group in the first place? I mean, when people think of
Black and Deleter,
people think of Manchester Black's team. People think of that, not this team of wannabe superheroes.
Yeah, and here's another weird question about Kid Flash. Why is he in the present with Solstice?
I have no idea. They have not explained how he got back in the first place.
Yeah,
he complained that Red Robin left him in the future. This was explained in issue 10, but Tim said, "You asked us to leave you in the future."
Yeah, he did. It actually
It's like-
happened.
It's like that little scene. It's like, did the editor of the book even notice that Will Pfeiffer was writing that?
I don't think the writer even cared at this. But I think she didn't want to write this book. I think they need editorial mandate.
Yes, but the first 7 issues of this volume is better than Scott Lobdell's Teen Titans. It's better.
It still is a question.
And it's interesting. The problem with this run is, 1, they have no base of operations. They have no building to call their own. 2, they have not explained why Cassie has quit. I have not read the story where she apparently quit. She apparently quit in a digital story, which came out during which was printed in one of the Convergence books.
An annual degree.
And let's see. They have no vehicles to speak of. I don't know how the heck these people are getting around.
Yep.
Let's see.
Since they started
why in the world, and last thing, why is Manchester Black even in the book in the first place? This guy has never even met the Teen Titans before now.
And apparently he's a Superman villain, not Teen Titans villain.
And he's got a tattoo.
Instead
wearing the Union Jack T-shirt, if you ever see a picture of him. The Union Jack.
I know who he is. I know who Manchester Black is.
Yeah, but why does he have the tattoo of Union Jack on his chest? That just
I thought the Union Jack with a shirt, not a tattoo. Oh wait, there's a new 52 universe.
It was a tattoo.
Okay then. That's confusing, convoluted, because I thought that Union show was just a...
Wait, they said that it's a tattoo. Cassie's mother says it's a tattoo.
Gotcha.
And she's in the book, but she has not shown up in a while.
Yeah, she hasn't. Which is odd.
Yeah, I'm glad the fact they have her as a supporting character in the book, but they haven't explained, where she is, and also, have you seen her at all in the book actually see her on panel with her own daughter?
No.
Nope.
That's just odd.
Yeah.
And apparently Wonder Woman.
We need to go back to Marvel.
Yeah, let's go back to Marvel.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We're off topic.
Black Panther. I know he's getting a series after Secret Wars. But
makes sense because he's in a movie.
Yeah, I know, but there's no creativity. None.
They're keeping a hush hush because they're probably doing it. Why? Because there's a lot of comic books that are still in the works.
No, I didn't say why. I said yep. Let me guess.
Okay.
I can think of one person who could write it. Hickman.
Oh.
Jonathan Hickman. The guy wrote pretty good. Yep. If you've ever read his New Avengers run, when Black Panther in there, he does a pretty good job of writing him. And plus, he also wrote him in his run for Fantastic Four. So I think Hickman is the only person that comes to mind who can give a good voice to Black Panther.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens on him. The only thing I'm wondering is, what's the Hercules series doing?
I have no idea.
Is it going to connect to the Thor books? Because obviously there's going to be a war coming. There's probably going to be a big event with the Thor comics, and there's going to be tie-ins of that series. So I'm only thinking...
despite the fact that he's been depicted as bisexual, it was revealed in a miniseries. According to Axel Alonso, he's straight. He's not bisexual anymore.
Why did he change race? Not race, sex.
He's straight. I don't know why they're doing this, but I do trust the writer, Dan Abbott. He's one writer.
I trust the writer.
I want to say this. Let's talk about the Amazing Spider-Man title.
Thank you. I wanted to say it. We're going to talk about it.
Corporate Industries headquartered at the Baxter Building.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say this. This might be a really interesting something. Come to think of it, at first I was like, oh god, can we go on get something new blood in? If we want to have the Parker Industries, okay, that's fine. Just give me a new writer. That's all I care about. give me a new writer. If you want to keep the Parker Industries and keep the idea of having the old format between Tony Stark, but put as Peter Parker there, that's fine. And you know what? That's probably the next level of Peter Parker because he's very smart. He can do a lot of things, and there's things that you could do interesting ideas. How you could have a business rival with Norman Oscorp. I mean, between Parker Industries, you could do a lot of good things on there.
Oscorp doesn't exist anymore at Alchemax.
Oh, Alchemax took over?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
Alchemax took over.
Original was Allen Chemical. Basically, what Liz Allen did, she took her shares that she had from Oscorp, merged it with her sons, who also had stock, Normie, and they formed Allen Chemical. And then Allen Chemical bought out Horizon Labs, and then they merged them to become Alchemax.
So basically, Alchemax took over Oscorp. Okay, that's something new. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and their headquarters is the old Oscorp as headquarters building. That's their base. That's their headquarters.
That's where Miguel O'Hara was stationed at before he went back to Future.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Miguel O'Hara, his timeline's canon now.
Yep.
I mean, I'm happy for that because he's the future Spider-Man, and that's pretty cool.
Same here.
I mean, for me, I just think that for this new Spider-Man run for Dan, we'll see what happens. I have heard he will have 2 new love interests. It's going to be like 2 women that he's going to be with. I'm like, and I'm going to say I'm going to say it. I've gone over the fact that Mary Jane and Peter are never going to get together. It's over. What's done is done. It's in the past. You need to you need to just drop it. It's just, I feel that you're never going to get that relationship.
No matter how much I beg on, how much I scream, I never get it back. I give up.
You're not going to get it. It's just, that's how I see it. And just, fans need to realize that you push and push, it's never going to happen.
Did you see what Spidey's driving on the cover of the first issue?
Yeah, the Spider-Man. That pissed me off even more because
I'm like laughing at that because this was a joke when it was first. I read the issues when they were first. I read it in Central Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Initially, this thing was introduced as a joke.
Yeah, it was.
And now there's using it again.
Yeah, but this time
the last time it showed up, it was on display in a museum, which I'm wondering how the heck the museum got that because the last time it was seen, it was being webbed up outside of a corporate guy's office who Peter, as Spider-Man, have formed a partnership over this car. And
yeah. And how do you get the car back?
I have no idea.
Also,
probably he bought it.
Issue 3, Human Torch is going to be in the issue, and he's ticked off at Peter for taking over the Baxter building.
I don't blame him being pissed off. I'll be pissed off too because that's his home. You just kicked him out of his home, Peter. What's wrong with you? Stop acting like Doc Ock.
Over the building because the Fantastic Four were kicked out of their own home by the government. This happened during James Robinson's run.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Got that mixed up.
But I feel like Dan is just I think why Dan is still doing this is because he's trying to compete with Bendis.
There's no point in competing with Bendis.
Bendis is still doing Spider-Man. He's trying to keep up with him. He's trying to make the longest run yet. And
he's been writing
Bendis.
He's been writing the book since 2007, though that period was on and off. But he's writing permanently since 2010.
Yeah, since Spider Island.
Actually, Big Time was his first regular arc.
Oh yeah, Big Time. I got that mixed up. Then he made Alpha. Alpha was a complete trailer, a complete douchebag.
We'll see what happens. Like, it's just that to me, I think this could be good. This could bring new life, and I just think that the whole Peter Parker Industries could be doing something. You could have something in there, in there, but it's just that we'll wait and see it happens. Like Norman Osborn could come in. We haven't seen him in a while.
Not since the end of Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's gone.
And basically that teased his return. So I'm like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just when
Yeah,
will
but
be
the
the
one thing I'm
time.
curious about, since Peter's taken over the Baxter building, would they show Reed Richards' lab would they even show the lab at all in the book?
Who knows? Also, another question. What the Superior Spider hologram with Anna Maria? Remember in Spider-Verse? He got activated sleep mode, something like that. What's Doc Ock's plan? Is he going to come
I
out
don't know
for the
what
dead?
happened to the hologram because the whole point in Ock's timeline is that Spider-Verse takes place during Superior Spider-Man number 19.
Yep. Apparently he got pissed off to the point. Yeah, it's just web of life, which is I want Superior to become a god. I want that to happen so I can see my favorite character kick his ass. But no, I didn't get that.
Yep.
Just do it. Just get over it, there, man. Just.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Peter is moving Parker Industries into Baxter building, is he gonna live there?
Probably.
with the two new Avengers with two wives. Wait.
He's getting two fucking girlfriends. So what? That happened with the whole part with Gwen and Mary Jane. He dated both of them when he was doing Spider-Man. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, actually, he did Gwen Stacy first, then Mary Jane.
No, well, they both dated. Well, I'm gonna say it. They both dated.
Yeah, they both did it. That's true.
But they have not revealed who these women even are yet.
It
could be anybody.
Corey
I
Cooper.
would not be surprised if one of the women is Carol Danvers.
If that happens, then...
Because she does have feelings for Peter. She did reveal that during Siege.
Hey, I would be okay with it. I would be okay with it.
Still
But
better
she's dating Rhodey.
So that can't be her.
Hey, at least Rhodey's got something. Hey, and speaking of Rhodey, we need a fucking War Machine book.
Yeah, we do.
The problem is that the last few times Marvel was trying to give him a book, it gets canceled.
Yep, they failed. They failed hard.
Yeah, but
maybe it's a writer or something.
Probably a writer.
It could be. I've read his three most recent ongoing series, like War Machine Volume 2, Iron Man 2.0, and Iron Patriot. Iron Man 2.0 War Machine lasted 12 issues. Iron Patriot just disappeared.
Iron Patriot
5 issues published.
I'm gonna say that fucking comic sucked. That's why.
When I read it, I thought the Iron Patriot book was a Steel ripoff. You know,
I thought it was a Steel ripoff.
Because he has a niece.
That's exactly how. Yep.
I had no problem with his niece. I would not be surprised if the niece actually becomes a supporting character in the next War Machine series.
I would not be surprised to see the new Avenger for Peter.
Well, his niece, I think his niece is a teenager.
Oh, that would be creepy and fucked up. I forgot I said that.
I don't remember what her niece is, but I know he does have a niece. I know his father is dead. His father died at the end of the Iron Patriot series.
That's dark.
And that's another thing. Like I was thinking about, and this I don't know about you guys, but when you guys were reading Superior Iron Man, did you guys feel like Rhodey should have showed up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Because I was thinking, like, it's coming to the point where Rhodey has to stick in. Because every time this shit happens with Tony, Rhodey has to be like, okay, buddy.
But the thing is, ever since the cancellation of the series, he showed up for 2 issues of Captain Marvel, and he hasn't showed up since in present day. Well, he did show up in... Yep. He did appear in Avengers, where apparently he went back to being War Machine. But he hasn't appeared any... It's like Marvel has almost forgotten about him. He's like he shows up as Spear.
Exactly what my point is. Mm-hmm. That Marvel likes to drop their characters and just, like, pretends they don't fucking exist. And
he's in the movies. He's in the movies, and he's part of the Avengers.
Tell you, stop talking about Mary Jane. She's still relevant. She's in a couple of books. So, no, you're wrong on that. Enough.
I meant in Spider-Man comics, not in other books.
Well, it sure sounds like that. All right. No, moving on. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Rhodey has not appeared in anything yet.
Do you think that he might show up in Invincible Iron Man?
I think
Absolutely.
so.
Absolutely. Because I feel it. And also, Bendis did say that Pepper and I forgot the one guy, one of Tony Stark's friends, basically said that they will return in the new Iron Man run eventually, but they want to focus on Tony, find out who is his real parents and what's the new love interest. And I'm saying it, Mary Jane.
If that happened, then I'm going to tell you called it.
Where's Tony's brother?
Who's Tony's brother?
That's he's going to be one of the main villains.
Tony's brother's going to be a villain?
Yep.
Last time I saw Arnold was in the Hulk versus Iron Man series.
Well, apparently he's going to be in the series. So I heard. I read one article that he will be confirmed. He will be in the series. He will be a part of it. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens.
He's supposed to be the custodian of New Troy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did he give up that position or something?
I don't know. I don't know. If he did, I can't remember.
Do you remember the covers for Iron Metropolitan? The story that came out from Tony Stark.
No, I can't. No.
The covers were beautiful. It was very like it was like the same style as the Great Gatsby movie. I think the covers were inspired by that film.
Oh, the Great Gatsby. One of my digital movies of that year.
The Leonardo DiCaprio film.
Yep, I remember. I saw the
movie. I
movie.
think the covers, Gatsby artwork in those books were inspired by that film.
That would make sense with Big Match.
Though that arc did lead to one of the worst Iron Man arcs ever written. The story where Iron Man fights Malekith.
Malekith?
Oh,
the fucking 10 rings.
Why the heck would he even show up in Iron Man in the first place? He's a Thor villain.
And again, why is he using the rings?
Good question.
And then why is the story arc the hands of the Mandarin, or the rings of the Mandarin, whatever the fuck the title Mandarin? I expect my goddamn Mandarin.
I would not be surprised if Bendis found a way to have the Mandarin resurrected. I mean, there's nothing that says Bendis can't resurrect the Mandarin.
It hasn't been the first time that he has been resurrected. So
I think he's died like what, 4 times over the years?
Yeah, 5 times.
Yeah.
Anywho, but speaking of Iron Man, this is way is the questions. One, what happens to Superior Iron Man? What happened to him?
Converted back to what he was before.
How?
How did he get converted back?
Doom.
And speaking of inverted, is Sabretooth and Havoc still inverted?
They're going to be converted back to what they were before.
Everything I liked it that Sabretooth was a good guy. I liked that.
I hated it. I didn't. The only thing I liked was Mystique as a good. I liked Mystique as a good girl because she was like very kind. And I was like, if she was like this from now on, there could be a lot of good storylines with her.
Yeah,
and she's dating Sabretooth. She's dating Sabretooth, which I'm thinking not a bad idea since they were a couple before. So okay, fine. And plus, they're the parents of Graydon Creed, one of the biggest X-Men bigots.
Yeah, I know.
And he's dead.
The
only X-bigot that's still alive is Bolivar Trask's brother Simon Trask. He's the only bigot still left alive. The only
Onslaught dead. Let's Go dead.
Oh no, he's not. He's not dead.
He's cloned.
Wait.
Yeah.
Cloned.
Last time I saw him, he was being imprisoned by Dr. Doom and Latveria, he was like in chains. If I were Steve Rogers, I would take the Red Skull to the World Court, put a inhibitor collar on him to make sure he doesn't hypnotize manipulate anybody, and put him on trial for the crimes against humanity. Not have him be hauled up to Latveria by Dr. Doom and just do nothing with him.
Doom will literally use him as a tool.
We'll kill him with
it's funny that Red Skull was the main villain of the main villain, Dr. Doom.
Of Access. Then he left, and then Falcon became the main villain of the series.
Yep.
Because he became inverted.
So did Hulk, and so did not Nova. Nova was in the
and Black Panther showed up in a cameo in the issue where Falcon and the inverted Avengers sprayed all the rest of the Avengers with pin particles.
Yep.
And you'd be surprised where they came from. But Spider-Man's Spider-Sense went off. He kind of knew this would happen. He grabs Nova, jumps out of a window, and then all these good heroes disappear, and they're not seen again until after Access.
Yep.
They were sprayed. The pin particles came from the Wasp, which I'm thinking.
What?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Since the Wasp has not been seen. Havoc showed up in one issue of Uncanny X-Men after Access. After that, never seen since then.
Interesting.
I'm not sure what Edgar went.
Yeah.
I hope they do something with Wasp because I like them. Put her someplace.
Put her in Ant-Man.
Or better yet, give her an ongoing series. She's probably one of the very few. She's like one of the two founding members of the Avengers who's never had an ongoing series. Hank Pym has never had an ongoing series.
Yeah, Hank Pym keeps losing ongoing series left and right. I remember we got Scott Lang, and Cassie Lang got screwed over. Thank you, Marvel, for letting him on for Young Avengers and screwing over.
Gillian ruined that series, and she wasn't even in that series. So you'd be happy Karen Gillian didn't ruin her character.
Yeah, whoopee.
But
what's good news?
Is she going to be in Astonishing Ant-Man after Secret Wars? And apparently, according to a solicit I read, his girlfriend from FF, apparently they're no longer dating. No explanation of how this is. And they're fighting each other. Miss Thing?
What? Why?
I don't know. And apparently,
Marvel, stop screwing over relationships.
Yeah, I know. His current girlfriend is the female Beetle. Yeah, I'm like, why? Why in the world would he date a woman who happens to be the daughter of a Spider-Man villain?
Yeah, like the Beetle. Not Open Beetle. I made Open Beetle for opening image. She was cool.
I'm not sure what happens to Beetle, the original Beetle.
Yeah.
Who became Mach 8, I think it is. He disappeared. I'm not sure what happened to him. He just disappeared. Moonstone.
Yeah. Also, the Lion disappeared too.
Yeah, the Lion disappeared. Avengers, thank God. If you see this list, the promotion image for New Avengers, Songbird is in the book, which I'm sure makes a lot of people very happy. The fact she's even in a book.
Yeah.
Because last time she showed up, I think it was during the first Thunderbolts volume. That was the last time I could think of she showed up.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Superior, not Superior, no. Speaking of Spidey, one thing I have been wanting to talk about with the corporate Spidey in general is that why are we getting Pocket Initiative again? We know what I put into the beginning. It's garbage. It's superior bullshit. Superior Spider-Man, not Peters. That's what pissed me off at the series. The fucking just exists.
Peter was just reluctant to take on the company in the first place. The only change he made was that he had some of the workers stop wearing goggles all the time.
He couldn't handle it. It burned to the ground. Alchemist burned it. And now it's coming back to life?
Probably because probably Jay and Aunt May probably gave more money to buy the back to the building.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what's going to happen to Reed and Sue Richards because that's one of the biggest questions. Where the heck are they? Because and no one has seen any images of what's going to happen to them after Secret Wars. Are they going to die?
Yeah.
Are they going to retire and pop up now and again?
Yeah.
It's like Reed and Sue have just disappeared.
Yep.
And also kinds of bug me of Marvel's other famous power couple.
I think they're dead.
What?
The Storm and Mr.
Wagger?
Alan?
Yeah, you're on.
I said I think they're dead. I think Mr. Fantastic and Susan Storm and fucking Mr. What's the other guy? Reed Richards.
Reed Richards?
Yeah, I think both of them are dead. It would make sense if that's the case.
Of Secret Wars, where there's a panel in the book where actually this happens a couple of times. The artist really defines a couple heroes' butts in the book.
Yep.
They did it for Spider-Man. They kind of define his rear end for some reason. They show off his rear end one panel. And in another panel, they show off Sue Storm's rear end while she's in costume. I pointed this out to Mike Spiderslayer. He's laughing at this when I pointed this out to him during a comic countdown he invited me to participate in. I pointed this out to him, and he was laughing at this, the fact that not only Spider-Man's butt was shown in that panel, but Sue Storm's as well.
Nice.
But it probably would not make sense for the artist to do that for Valerie. Because I think she's supposed to be, 10?
Yeah.
And her brother, I think that Franklin is 15.
He don't look 15. He looks still
I don't know why he's still young. Why these two kids are young? I mean, Valerie, I can kind of understand her age because she's been around since 2003?
Since Mark Waid's run.
Yeah. But Franklin? Why the heck is he still a kid?
He's not a part of a god, so maybe...
I remember one issue he had just started middle school.
That's a bit odd, because... Okay, he's got to be Marvel's logic.
The artist, basically, Marvel cannot allow him to grow up for some reason. I don't know why.
That sounds familiar.
Don't say Spider-Man. Don't say Spider-Man. He's gonna grow up. Don't say Spider-Man because I swear.
You know how old Spider-Man is now?
30-something.
28. Because it was said that he had been Spider-Man for 13 years. Everyone know that he started his career at 15. That means he's 28 years old.
And he still acts like a child.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because his love interest for Amazing Spider-Man besides maybe Carol Danvers. I don't think Jessica Drew.
Or Captain America. Or Hawkeye.
No, I'm talking about Spider-Man for a love interest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, besides Carol, who could it possibly be? Of the other two women?
Carly Cooper.
I don't know if Dan Slott wants to bring her back. Because...
Thank God. I'm glad she's gone.
Yeah, and basically how she got written off was dumb. Because in the second annual for Superior Spider-Man, she was fully cured of the Goblin formula. like completely cured. But yet Roberto Ramos doesn't care about that because somehow some of it is still surrounding her eyes.
Yep.
And if you read Superior Spider-Man number 2, she's completely healed. There is no trace of it in her system. And yet Roberto Ramos doesn't care. And yet Dan Slott doesn't care about Crystal Gage's thing about it. It's like Dan Slott doesn't care about Crystal Gage at all.
Yeah, Crystal Gage,
writer than he is when it comes to writing Spider-Man.
Crystal Gage a better writer on Doc Ock than sorry. We can do his Crystal Gage Superior Spider-Man stuff with far better than the actual main series.
Yeah, like, but when Dan Slott had Ock take over his body, take over Peter's body, he hadn't killed 2 villains. First, he killed Massacre by shooting him in the head.
Yep.
Then he killed Alistair Smythe.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Which apparently he had been ordered to do this by Jameson when he was mayor, and apparently he had blackmailed him about this later, and that's how he got the raft as his base operations.
And that's how Punisher and Daredevil Punisher and Daredevil team up with Superior.
I want to know, how come Dan Slott didn't have the island revisited? Like maybe like Spidey go back to a visit, like clean up all the stuff that Ock left there.
Good question.
Clearly the place is in ruins. I get that, but they could have had Ock. They could have had Peter go to the island, clean up all of Ock's stuff, have the prison rebuilt because I know that's one of the things he wanted to do, and then give it back to whoever originally ran the prison.
Yeah, like don't become Doc Ock, Peter. It's stupid. You're becoming like the same person who people hate with Doc Ock. If they get Punisher back as ongoing series again post Secret Wars. Punisher last
day. Punisher glider. You ever saw the Edgar Punisher glider?
No.
I did.
It was in Superior Spider-Man Team Up number 8. He says this is his because it has a skull on it and government-made missiles. I'm like, let him keep this dang thing. This thing is so cool. Allow him to keep it.
Like if they want him in Superior, I'd like to keep. It's that glider for Punisher. He deserves it.
Yeah, imagine him taking on crime with that thing. He'll probably take down half of New York's crime families in a month.
Yep. And he'll also take down my Kingpin in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but Kingpin's in jail now. Mark Waid took care of that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yep, but the thing is... What, Edgar?
For now, he's in jail.
Yeah, for now.
I know he'll probably get back out. But do you think that the Punisher will be allowed to keep his ongoing series post-Secret Wars?
I think so, because he's kind of been dead on Netflix since season 2.
I think it's done well, and they're gonna Punisher is gonna be coming back for Daredevil, so people want to read Daredevil and Punisher. So I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have Punisher get his book again because
if I were Marvel, I would allow the most recent person to write a series, allow him to keep writing it because he did a fantastic job. And like Mark Waid with Daredevil, this guy brought people to read the Punisher who had never read the Punisher before at all. Nathaniel Emerson. What, Tibia? I'm here.
You froze for a sec. Sorry.
I did?
At least on my end.
Okay.
Maybe I froze.
But it's the same thing with Mark Waid with Daredevil. It brought people to read the book who had never read Punisher before. Either give it to Nathaniel Emerson or Garth Ennis.
Yeah, likewise.
I agree with you. You get stick with the original team and keep going forward. I mean, we'll have new people coming in and have people returning to the book that last time around and do new stories.
Yep, I agree with 100%.
This is why Edgar.
Huh? What you said?
Did you read the most recent volume?
I read some of it, but it's like I'm not a really big Punisher fan.
It was good. Really good.
I know it was. I know it was good.
What did you think of when he took out Electro?
I definitely was. It's just I just read a few issues here and there, and that's it.
Yeah, same here.
Well, at the time of Secret Wars before it started, he was writing 3 books. Ty Emerson. Punisher, Black Widow, and Deathlock.
Something I heard wasn't that good.
I heard I love the Black Widow book, but I heard you in the last days of Punisher and Black Widow, they were trying to have them hook up. Is that true or not?
It's not true.
Especially since the last woman Punisher hooked up with was Elektra.
What?
Oh
What did
yeah.
that happen?
Oh yeah. Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, of course.
Yeah, you could thank Danny Way for that.
So that was
The fact that relationship never happened outside of that book. And it was never brought up in Punisher, and it was never brought up in Elektra. But yet, it only happened in Thunderbolts.
That's one inconsistent writing I ever heard, ever. I thought Spider-Man inconsistent.
If you want to think inconsistent, how about the fact that at the end of Punisher Warzone, the miniseries that came before the most recent ongoing series about a couple years ago,
Yeah.
that miniseries ended with him being put in a prison cell by the Avengers. And then next time he shows up, he's out of this prison cell, no explanation why, and he's being recruited by General Ross to become part of the Thunderbolts.
Sound like the Suicide Squad wasn't over. So they were the Suicide Squad and Thunderbolts. It was fun with him die and get a head blown off.
And he also had a miniseries known as Trial of the Punisher, which I think a lot of people would to give them back their own ongoing series. Let me get ongoing series again.
Yeah. Speaking of Superior or Punisher in general with those Superior stuff, that was another question with Spidey. Is that if this series doesn't sell well and if it bombs, will Dan start leaving the book line and we make it Crystal Gage? Hopefully.
I have no idea.
It's going to whatever people will buy it. There will be people buying this fucking book. The writer that leaves. I feel like the writer will leave eventually, but
Damn connection.
You there, guys?
Yeah, I'm
here.
Yeah, it's Google Plus being a dick.
Yeah, Google Plus is acting weird. It always does this. Continue. Okay.
Anyway, it's just.
Do you think he's trying to break
Guys.
Bendis' record of writing Spider-Man issues?
Hang on. Okay. Alright, continue.
Yeah. I think that Dan Slott is just trying to break the number of issues Bendis has written for Spider-Man.
He shouldn't.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
He shouldn't.
I don't know if he said if he read Deathlock.
I'm back. I'm back. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I would like to see the series continue after Secret Wars.
I doubt it. I think Deathlock already left the building. I think it's finished.
What do you think, Edgar?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Did you read Deathlock?
Deathlock, no, and also I don't really care for the character. I know he appeared in my Iron Man books, but I'm like, I don't care about him. Never had. It's just he's a character that I feel like he's not that great, and two, he's just not. It's just he's not just that great. He's just overall. Sure, his book was great, but I never cared for it.
Same here.
The reason why they gave an ongoing series again was because he appeared in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What?
Yeah, he did.
Probably.
That makes sense. In fact, my favorite.
Did you guys watch the episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when the Absorbing Man showed up?
No, and I don't want to see it because literally, Exorbitant Man should be It should be a villain where you can see him in the big screen, not a small screen. He's too big. He's that type of character where he fits better in the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I did like when he showed up for those 2 issues. I would not be surprised if somehow in the next Thor movie they somehow break him out of where he is and have him fight Thor for a couple scenes.
Oh God, dude, I would just be drooling.
Spider-Man villain, I completely forgot about Hydro Man. Where's he been?
I think he was in. Last time I saw him, I think he was one of the lineups of Frightful 4. He's one villain that's really disappeared. I don't really remember the last time I saw Hydro Man. Maybe in Fantastic Four during Hickman's run.
That's what I wonder. Hydro Man has been dead ever since the 90s.
Well, he's shown up now and again, but I think he's one certain villain. I think everybody's forgotten about him.
That's depressing because he was a good villain and not as a Spider-Man show.
Yeah. At least he's appeared in a couple of shows.
Yeah.
But he might show up in Amazing Spider-Man. He might show up in Invincible Iron Man. Who knows where he'll show up post-sequel?
Yeah, who knows?
And yeah, it's just I'm just waiting for the day with Bendis. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'll be waiting for the day where the Mandarin comes in for Bendis.
Yeah, agreed. That's one day I'll give Iron Man credit and go. Iron Man has a good writer with Bendis. Well, actually no, Bendis has two on book. He has Spider-Man and Iron Man. That's it.
3 books. 3 books. He's also writing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, 3. So maybe he could do Myers, and Myers could be sort of out Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
one book I'm gonna read.
For Spider-Man, I think because people trust him with the book, both the fans and Marvel editorial trust him with the book. That's the reason why I stay on board with that book. For Guardians of the Galaxy, I think because people love it. People love his run. That's why I stay on
it. I did too.
Invincible Iron Man, I had heard that, according to an interview I had read, this is the most frequent requested title that people want him to do for years.
Really?
Years?
Really? Yeah. For I think the past 10 years, people have wanted him to write Iron Man, but now he gets that chance.
And what? Why couldn't he got Iron Man before?
Probably because he was stuck writing Avengers.
You should have Avengers and Siege.
I never tried out for his Avengers run, but it wasn't good enough.
I heard mixed.
I think the only other solo book he's written, besides Ultimate Spider-Man, he's written Daredevil, he wrote Alias, and he wrote The Pulse. Those 2 series were Jessica Jones series.
Yep, and those were good.
Edgar, do you have a theory? Do you have a theory why Fraction had Mandarin got killed off toward the end of his run?
Why?
I don't have a theory.
You do or you don't?
I don't.
Okay. Because they had to kill him off again? Because they like doing this shit? Because they just don't want to have the Mandarin around anymore, and they wanted to test the waters, like, let's see what happens. We kill off every single villain, and what happens next. Boring.
That sounds familiar.
Actually, I do have a theory of why he got killed off. Because I don't think Gillian had any plans on using him at all. I don't think he even wanted to use him, and I don't think any writer in Marvel Comics had any plans to use him. So Fraction's like, if no one wants to use him, fine, I'll just kill him.
That's
what every writer does. He died in Hands of the Mandarin. He died in Revenge of the Mandarin, and he died in the Fraction run. It's just like, stay him alive. It's just like, I'm tired of him getting killed off. It's like he's this villain that you could do multiple stories. You don't see the Joker getting killed off. You don't see Lex Luthor getting killed off every fucking time. You take what the villain. I'm gonna say this. What makes about the hero great is his villain, his arch nemesis, the Mandarin. It makes him a better hero. And if Mary Jane hooks up with Tony in the series, it'll more to have that even further. In hell, you could find out that the Mandarin's probably involved with his parents, and I could give you a badass way how to bring back the Mandarin and have him be like he's seen what he has seen, the villain, what he has become in post Secret Wars, and just it's just.
I want to know about.
I support your idea 100%.
He's ever tried to kill him? They have. They have tried to kill him now twice.
Twice? What was the second time?
The first time he apparently died, I think it was in the late 80s, I think it was, where he apparently died in a helicopter crash. And recently with Endgame, when they had one of those stagnamites fall on him.
Oh yeah, they did. That did happen.
But yet again, the Joker is still going to come back. He always does. You can't
Lex Luthor, I don't think DC has... Actually, DC has killed him once. In the early 90s, they have killed him once. But the reason why they did that... no, Lex Luthor. They did that because Lex Luthor was dying from radiation poisoning. So, Luthor cloned himself and killed himself. He only killed himself and had his mind transferred to the clone body.
Yep, actually
brilliant idea.
Yep. Lex Luthor always find a way to come back to life. You always had a plan.
Yeah, he's not the only person that's going to get cloned who gets a new body. Rhodey has been cloned.
What? How did he get cloned?
In War Machine, he was getting...
the War Machine.
Yes, he has been... He got cloned. He got a cloned body. The reason why this was because parts of his body was being replaced with cybernetic parts. Because apparently he was getting seriously wounded a lot. So, at the end of War Machine, they gave him a cloned body for him to transfer his mind into because his old body was dying.
How many people are getting cloned in the Marvel Universe? I bet DC does this stuff. Wait, DC already did this on Superboy. My bad.
Yeah, but it's just like, this is a new body for him. Michael Collins has gone through the same thing too, the present-day Deathlock. He's gone through the same thing. But as far as I know, these two are the only two Marvel characters who have been cloned and have their minds transferred to a new body.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What?
I know Peter's been cloned, but at least his mind was not transferred to a new body.
Yeah, he wasn't. Thank God. But he died and then came back to life. I think the Superior, which that's still confusing and convoluted. But Superior and clones? It's so confusing with every single kid has clones. Like,
Nicky, would I by any chance give my God in my hand shirt to you? My mistake, because I can't find my dress at all.
This shirt here?
Yes, is that yours or mine?
I don't know.
Anyways, this part of cloning it. I go with the opinion on clones. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I just have to just mute him just a bit.
Would you like it back now?
Okay. Anywho, back to the saying. I'll tell Nick later when he's done doing whatever. Okay.
Likewise.
Oh, Nick, dude, I literally had to mute your mic because, privacy, for your privacy.
Yeah, my dad came in here looking for a T-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's fine now.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. It's just like I just like to know what's your titles. Well, what's your guys' titles like? What are you guys' titles looking forward to?
As for me, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2099 because it's Peter David and Peter is an awesome letter. Miles Morales, mostly because it's Bendis, it's his own creation. And Spider-Gwen. As for the X-Men titles, X-Men titles are weird confusing. I'm gonna go for X-23. Iron Man, I don't really care, so that's your title. Like, I'm gonna go read the book of Mary Jane's in it. Other than that, I think that's about it. For me, Spider-Man, I'm just jumping ship and sticking to 2099 and Spider-Gwen Myers.
Mm-hmm.
And put Iron Man for Mary Jane. That's it.
Whatever.
X-Men is a different title.
All right, tell you, you done? You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay then, Nick, you go.
The top two titles I'm looking forward to reading, at least getting, is Amazing Spider-Man, Kenny X-Men. Because these two titles, when I start reading comics, these two titles were the first two titles I read, so I'm not giving up on these two titles. No matter what direction they're going, I'm not giving up on them.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to all new, all different Avengers, because Mark Waid's writing it, and I spoke to him. I'm looking forward to it.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I actually met him at Comic-Con. I actually got a chance to get him sign some books I bought.
Oh, that's awesome.
Lucky.
That's really good.
That's
good.
I'm also looking forward to Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
Mighty Thor. Thank you.
If you can't find it,
Okay. I'm also looking forward to Daredevil by Charles Scholl. And a few. I'm also looking forward to Black Panther, whatever direction you're trying to go into. And one character I have been wanting to see an ongoing series for him, Black Knight. Looking forward to what direction.
There is some Black Knight books, but it's just like, that's a shock for me. I'm like, a Black Knight book?
Black Knight.
I'm looking forward to pretty much a good chunk of what Marvel's stitching out post Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The only book I'm probably not interested in getting is the Spidey book because it's an all ages book.
Oh yeah.
And it's written by the same person who writes Silk.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah. That tight series.
Silk's a fucking good character. Come on.
Yes. So,
She's
Amazing
good
Spider-Man,
character,
Kenny X-Men for nostalgic value for me. Everything else, and everything else, well, I'll do because of Mark Waid. Everything else because it looked interesting. But the one series I'm really worried about is Doctor Strange.
Same here.
Chris Bachalo's artwork.
Yep.
The artwork I'm really worried about on that book.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, why in the world did they choose Chris Bachalo to do the artwork? Couldn't they choose any artist besides him?
Roberto Ramos?
No, I don't think he'd be good for that book either. Though Ramos is doing the Extraordinary X-Men.
Oh, goody! Well, no, wait. Roberto Ramos is a good artist, I think. It's Johnny Ray Jr. I don't like.
Extraordinary X-Men is written by Jeff Lemire.
Oh yeah, it's a good one, a bad letter.
It's one of two books he's writing. He's also writing the Hawkeye book.
I heard that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I thought maybe Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange is the only one I'm really worried about. The rest I'm not really worried about at all.
Yeah. Agreed.
Edgar, who would you choose as a better artist besides Chris Bachalo on Doctor Strange? Edgar?
Yoo-hoo!
Maybe he's taking care of something.
Yeah, maybe. Alright. There's one more title I may get at all the Avengers, mostly because Mark Waid. Other than that, I'm just gonna abandon Amazing Spider-Man until Dan Scott reads the book.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Do you know who also got autographs on at Comic-Con besides Mark Waid?
Who?
The guy who was part of the original creative team for Wrestling International. Andrew, something I don't remember his last name. Of course, also Neil Adams. It was an honor to meet him.
Interesting.
Trevor, I don't remember his last name. He was the artist for the first Green Arrow miniseries. The one that preceded the ongoing series by Mark Grell. Not Longbow Hunters, the one before that.
Yeah.
Before that. I think that was it. Basically, it was like a few artists and a couple writers. I did see Bob Layton there.
Interesting.
Edgar.
All right.
Edgar.
I think we lost him.
No, he's still there. He just muted.
Yeah.
Anyways. It was nice. I mean, I got a chance to see Bob Layton, but I was gonna have a book for him to sign, but I forgot it. I was gonna have him sign my Ant-Man book because he did. He was one of the early artists who did draw some of his early appearances.
Yeah, likewise.
And this is the Scott Lang Ant-Man. I don't think he would have a problem signing it, even though he didn't write it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't draw it.
Yeah, likewise.
Oh, and he refers to himself as a definitive Iron Man artist.
That's good news. Wait.
Yeah, that's what he refers himself as on a sign. But basically, a lot of the stuff he was signing was basically a lot of Iron Man issues.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
Mark Waid, I saw him sign a bunch of Flash and Daredevil comics.
Yeah, because he wrote the best Wild West one.
Yeah. I also saw he was signing one of the trades for Complete Age of Apocalypse.
Nice.
I mean, it was an honor to meet him. I even told him I even read his Green Hornet book that he wrote.
Cool.
Every single issue, even though his run only lasted like 13 issues. A lot of the books he writes are really good.
Yeah. That's why I love Mark Waid.
When people think of Mark Waid, the first book that usually comes to mind is Daredevil or probably his run for Flash. Yep. So, of course, he's written their books. Like he also has his Hulk run. Really damn good book. Have you read it, Tivia?
No, I'm not. I want someday.
His run for Hulk, basically, it's collected in 5 trades. You have the first 4 trades is Indestructible Hulk. Then it's the last trade is the first of 3 trades for Hulk Volume 3.
Yeah, likewise.
Which leads into possibly one of the best Hulk stories ever written by Gary Duggan, the Omega Hulk story. It's an awesome story to read.
I'll probably check it out eventually.
The trades are coming out. You can probably get the trades anyplace.
I thought a totally awesome new Hulk cover. That just no, enjoy it on this show.
When it comes to trades by Marvel, normal trades, not the really bigger ones, they're really. I see you're back, Edgar.
Mm-hmm. Edgar, can you hear me? Mike's probably busted.
Yeah, it keeps muted for some reason.
Yeah. Anyway, that's for Mark Waid. I love Mark Waid. He's a great writer, and I think he's George Spider-Man because I think he could fix the character and fix the damage caused by Marvel editorial.
Well, he has written the book before. He's written some issues, and his issues are really good.
Why don't Marvel let him write it? He can undo the damage caused by Marvel editorial bullshit.
I think it must have been in Slott's contract that he is the only writer for Amazing Spider-Man.
But that's so stupid because that didn't make sense. Even though I've been for years.
Yeah, but his books that he doesn't write Spider-Man for, they're damn good.
Silver Surfer is amazing. I love Silver Surfer one. In fact, Marvel, I know you're not listening to this. Here's my advice. Get Dennis to write Silver Surfer permanently, and then you can have all my money. And get off Spidey. Get someone else to write it.
I think he's the one
Years.
person who actually.
You-
I know it's been his dream for years to write Silver Surfer. He always wanted to write Silver Surfer. That's what I heard in the interview.
Then why is he still on Spider-Man?
I have no idea.
That's what I don't understand. If he doesn't want to go Spider-Man anymore, he writes Silver Surfer, why is he still Silver? It's more editorial, so this. Yeah.
There's one person I know
get the
who actually
feeling more
criticized him on
editorial.
Twitter. So he got reported because Dan Slott cannot take negative criticism. He can't take it.
Nah,
He
I noticed that. You're a little kind of.
he just can't understand negative criticism. He thinks he's basically like, you can compare him to Uwe Ball. He's like the Uwe Ball of comic books. A guy who cannot take criticism, who thinks all this stuff is awesome.
That sounds familiar. Sound like you're egotistical.
Yeah, but the thing is, Uwe Ball is a terrible director.
Uwe Ball is a terrible director.
He can't tell a
That's
good
true.
story. Dan Slott can tell a good story, but the thing is, when he's writing a character for a long period of time, it's just, I think he's just,
He's right.
he just cannot let go. He's like, let's say that this Spider-Woman is like the Spider-Man book. Ooh, I'm keeping this book. It's mine. Nobody touches this book but me.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
how he is at Marvel Comics headquarters. Is that he's probably like that all the time. Like,
Probably.
Marvel editorial probably wants to replace him, and he's just hogging the Spider-Man book like no. I'm not. You're not taking this book with me. No. I'm holding this book forever.
Yep.
That's probably how he is.
And my editorial likes it. If the still Tanker main Spider-Man after we knew about it, I could think a fan base is gonna just leave. I don't blame them. Yeah, and when the sales tank from main Spider-Man, I'm gonna laugh so hard that I'm gonna say I called it. so but when you about with the big F you to Merit fans in general.
Yes.
Like,
I'm not sure.
oh,
if
you
Bendis
can
has
want
ever
the Merits?
I'm not sure if
Alright,
Bendis has
I
ever
guess.
been asked to ever even write the mainstream Spider-Man in the solo book. I'm not sure
I
he's
don't
ever
think
been
it
asked.
was. No, he hasn't.
Yeah, if I would pick him to write anything besides writing Iron Man, and of course he's writing Spider-Man, I would have him write.
Mars.
I mean, the way he writes, I would have him do a Luke Cage and Jessica Jones series with
Good
Luke
choice.
Cage's father and Luke and Jessica's daughter Danielle as supporting characters, and basically the villains are old Luke Cage villains, and also you
I
have the
support
Pullman
that.
show up occasionally.
I support that.
That would be an interesting idea for a series.
Yeah,
Marvel might do
but they don't
But
there's a
the thing
couple left. Sorry.
But the thing is, Bendis is writing 3 books now. I don't think that he can write more than 3 books at one time because,
You can't have
He'll
full
fuck up.
books.
He'll fuck up.
well, he
That's
did
why-
write 4 books at one time before. He was writing 2 X books, Guardians
Yeah, he fucked up.
and Spider-Man. 4 books. And of these
Yep.
2 books, only 2 he was actually getting praise for. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, 2
and
books
also
he
Spider-
sucked at.
His Uncanny X
Yep. Yeah.
run, I didn't think it sucked at all. Not at all.
I didn't care for it. I think it was just mediocre as always.
Same here.
But you can probably not deny that he did a pretty good job writing all new X-Men for most of the issues. It's like all the issues are really good.
Oh, that whole
but
run
it
was awesome.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
The problem was...
Did you guys hear my criticism about the arc that came after Battlefield, the review of the Trade Fort, when they show off that panel where it has the 2-page spread of Jean Grey's rear end?
Yep.
Yeah.
Guess who was the one person I know who actually heavily criticized that?
Who?
Ed the Blue Goblin. He heavily criticized Bendis for that.
Oh yeah, he did.
Chris, that was his biggest criticism of the book. What was the two-page spread of Jean Grey's rear end? That was the biggest criticism of the book, and he was all over Facebook about it. I remember this. He basically was so angry at seeing Jean Grey's rear end in a two-page spread the way it was. I'm like, this is what he's complaining about. And I'm like, okay, I can understand why he complained about this.
Yeah.
Does it really matter? Is it
Not
good?
really.
The story was good. That's all that counts. The artwork,
Yeah.
besides the fact that I don't care if Tony Stark's butt naked, kicking some ass, and literally calling some names. All I care about is the story.
Yeah.
Was it great? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was.
It's just like that's all it matters.
But I
That's
think it was
all it
unnecessary of the two-page spread of Jean Grey's rear end. I think that was
may be
unnecessary.
true. That may be true, but still, the comics do this sometimes. This is how it.
Yep.
This is how the nature is. This is how it always will be.
It's just a beast.
Yeah, but that was Ed's criticism. My criticism was that woman from AIM, where she was and Jean, where she was close enough to rip off their clothes because they were like being like hung from the ceiling. Like she was so close, like she could easily rip off their clothes if she wanted to. She was that close.
She sounded like a comedy.
Could have easily done it, but I'm glad the fact Bendis did not have her do that.
Yeah.
Because that would have been so wrong to have a full-grown woman rape two teenagers and a woman in her 20s on the panel. Well,
that woman fucked up.
Kitty was not chained up at all. Kitty was in another room unconscious, while X-23 and Jean Grey were being like chained up like the way they were. Like, it's like she was ready to rip off their clothes and do whatever. She was that dang close. I'm like, really?
That sounds really fucked up and weird, but.
Yeah, I blame the artist for that, not Bendis.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounded like pornography. No, wait, that sounded like hentai. More thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you had read those issues, she was that close, standing that close to them. She could have picked up, could have her hands and ripped off their clothes right there on panel.
And have sex with them.
Yeah, but the thing is, she would have done it with two teenagers, and I knew for a fact Marvel was not going to allow that to happen. But anybody who reads that can probably easily tell that just by looking at those panels.
Yep, agreed.
What issue was it?
I think it was toward the end of the arc when the team was captured by the Purifiers, and they're all unconscious. I think it was like an issue like 19 or 20 that happened.
Yep.
It was when the woman from AIM showed up.
Okay, go.
Yep.
All right, go. All right.
But I think that the one issue I think that this was a kind of a bad idea for Marvel to do was when issue 25 came out.
What?
I mean, it was a good issue. It had two problems. One, way too many artists in the book. Two, $5.
Yep.
That's the only problem with
Is that the issue when Iceman would be gay?
No, that was toward the end of the book. That was the pencil issue of the series. I don't know why.
People got pissed.
I know that this, when they revealed that Iceman was gay, this was probably by far the most dumbest thing Bendis has done. This is probably by far the most criticized thing that Bendis has done for Iceman, for the series overall.
Yeah, I know. I agree. But I'll say this: it will go away. It'll get retcon. It'll basically go away. I mean, the reason why they probably did it is they want to get gay readers to read X-Men. And
despite the fact Iceman is not gay, anyways.
Yes, that is true.
Decade.
That is true, but they're worth taking the risk. And it was dumb by Bendis. And that was the one thing I would criticize the run on. But it's going to be gone in 20 years.
Probably.
So
50 years.
it doesn't really. Are you gonna get pissed off at this one small minute that's gonna be gone in next like 20 years? Like
Not
there
really.
are things hell, Tony Stark was a fucking woman,
Well, that did happen.
and that didn't last for long.
No, it did not.
Hell, Thor was turned into a frog, a fucking
Yeah.
frog.
Or how about Tony being turned to a teenager?
What?
Tony
What?
being turned to a
When did this
teenager.
happen?
Yeah, oh
The
yeah,
90s.
yeah. How can I forget about that?
In the 90s.
It was.
Extreme!
Or how about this one? How about Loki being turned to a woman?
Oh yeah, but that was in mythology. That's in Norse mythology.
Yeah, that usually
Yeah, and
happens.
apparently
turned
he
to a
actually,
woman.
can. It was revealed toward the end of Loki's series. The actually can do that anytime he wants to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. I like the
Nope.
Loki series. That was really good, interesting run. I hope he has another run because you would have. It was like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? It kept me reminding me of the new the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I think Al Irwin
Yeah,
wrote
it did.
that series.
What?
Al
Likewise.
Irwin. I think he was the one who wrote all the. I think he wrote that series.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like I really like that whole run. But anyway, I will say this: it's really interesting that risk on their books, and if it has to change a character, then do it. I mean, don't change a character if you don't want to do it. I mean, that's why I don't like writers, like, they always change a character just for the sake of fucking changing him. I mean,
Yep.
and it's just, I really think that it's a really good, interesting take on that whole deal.
How about
Yep.
when
But yeah,
the current writer who writes Catwoman, in issue 38, she revealed that Catwoman is bisexual.
Oh, yeah, wait, that did happen. I heard about that. That happened this year.
Yeah, they revealed that by having her make out with the other Catwoman.
What the
And-
fuck am I
and-
reading?
And then she said afterwards, was that for me or the suit? That is
Both.
literally what she said after they kissed.
Excuse me, man.
Yeah. And of course,
good
DC
now.
also confirmed that Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are actually in a relationship.
good. That's actually really good.
Whatever. I don't care about that.
It's
That
about
makes
freaking
sense.
time they do this because fans have been wanting this for years.
Park Genie wanted this for
And
years.
hell, this does show that DC does care for relationships. If they didn't do relationships, they wouldn't be doing this. Okay? And this
At least for female characters.
Yeah, say to that about when Kate Kane was with Maggie Sawyer.
that is
Yep.
true. But I will say this: they do it, but it's in a small formula. That's what I like about DC. Like they do something different. They do a lot of things differently than their past history. They don't want to repeat themselves. Don't repeat
Yeah,
yourself.
and how come this? They allow Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn to be a couple, but yet they won't
But
allow
not
Kate
Batwoman.
Kane, Batwoman and Maggie Sawyer to be a couple.
Good or married. Good
Yes.
question.
Because relationships and creative differences and
Because
They
the
didn't-
idiot was an idiot.
because
No.
no, because, well, true, that is true, but also another thing is they feel like they want to go a different direction for the character and they want to go do something different, like it for better, for worse.
Yeah,
It's-
and it went bad when
It
they
went
tried to change
horrible.
it went so bad they canned the book.
Yep. It went horribly wrong. Don't want to actually abandon ship.
Yeah, try like 16 issues in an annual. Actually, two
Yep.
annuals.
Congratulations, DC.
And it was a great couple, too. No one can deny that they were a great couple.
Yeah.
But DC, in a pigheadedness, would not allow these two to be married, despite the fact when Kay proposed, it went shockwaves around the comic community that this was actually something a positive.
Yeah, what
But
positive?
then, like 1 year later, poof, no longer coming.
Sound like Black Panther and Storm when they got when they was to get divorced.
Yeah, that happened.
That's true.
ABX.
I think when it comes to split marriages, that was probably by far Marvel's biggest mistake they've made in the past 5 years.
More bigger than
Splitting
one
those
more
two
day.
up, because along with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, this is like one of the greatest couples in the history of Marvel Comics. These two written so well together. They gelled so well. They had great chemistry. These two loved each other. And yet, when they split, Storm hooked up with Wolverine, and Black Panther did nothing. And then
That's just depressing and sad.
And then in New Avengers 24, they had supposedly makeup sex, and that went nowhere fast.
Wow, that's just depressing and sad because I thought people had Mary Jane that got destroyed, but apparently Marvel hate all relationship except for two left.
No, they just don't want to. They don't want to. I hate that word. They hate relationships. Fuck no. It's just Marvel comes to Marvel. They don't want to. It becomes a DC. DC will do it. It's just it only has to be done on their terms.
Yes.
Yeah.
So currently, when it comes to married couples, there are currently 3 left: Reed and Sue.
Yep.
Okay, Jessica Jones, and Nova and Northstar and his husband.
And also.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They were gay.
And also, of course, new relationships like Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde.
That's true too.
That was probably by far the most original thing Marvel's done in years. Because when people think of Kitty Pryde, they think of her relationship with Colossus.
Yep.
Yeah. And I like the fact that she hooked up with Star-Lord. It was really interesting. I definitely saw it coming. They're gonna hook up when like their whole chemistry was really good. I'm like, I had this feeling they're gonna get together. Bam, it happened. And another thing is, I think they should have a solo book together.
Yeah, they should.
It's just I like the Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde series miniseries.
Same here.
I think that not only me but my friend Kat would just be jizzing ourselves on the whole Star-Lord and Lady Star kicking some ass. That is something I will be dying to see. Hell, I would buy that book personally. It's just like I really want that to happen. It's just like, will it happen? That's the big question.
Well, do you know who Colossus is dating now?
Who?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Domino.
Huh?
The
Cable's girlfriend.
Cable's girlfriend? Really?
What? We're on the
Yeah.
Cable.
Yeah, she and Cable were in a relationship for a long-ass time. And I think they're still a couple, but they've never confirmed they broke up. Never.
Where's Cable? With Bishop.
Cable's with Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I forget.
As for Bishop, I have no idea where he is because no one has seen him since the Vendetta crossover, which brought back Strife.
Yep.
Which, when he ended, it's like, okay, so apparently after Messiah War, he was kept in a prison for years, being tortured by Apocalypse, and then he shows up completely out of nowhere. Oh yeah, and he thinks that he's the real person and Cable's the clone. It was a weird story. Vendetta. Yeah, Strife is Cable's clone.
Oh yeah.
Vendetta is probably by far the most weirdest crossover that come out of last year. It is so weird. It's a 4-part story between Cable and X-Force and Uncanny X-Force. The last 2 issues of both respective series. Basically, the crossover starts off with Hope finding out that Bishop is in the present. She gets so angry, she steals a hover bike. I'm not sure where X-Force got this. And she goes out to try to kill him.
Why does she want to kill him?
Because Bishop tried to kill her for years in the Cable series.
Yeah. Also, another thing, speaking about Cable, where's she? Where's Hope? I want her back. I like Hope a lot. I mean, she hasn't appeared in the Marvel books for a while.
Yeah. No, not She-Hulk.
Hope Summers.
I have no idea where she is, because ever since Avengers vs. X-Men, she's been used very, very little since. I mean, where she got to, she basically became a character in Cable and X-Force, and then she
disappeared.
No, she disappeared. She became part of the X-Force series under Cy Spurrier. It's a good series, but Marvel decided to end the book after Cy Spurrier decided to leave the book.
Yep.
I know that Mike Spike ripped the first issue because he didn't like the artwork in the book at all.
Yep.
And unlike most books, when group books end, usually the group disbands the final issue.
Yep.
Nope, they did not disband. They were still together, but they kicked Cable off the team, and Hope took over as leader. That was the last.
And then Hope Summer is gone. Yep. That's depressing because X-Men characters are missing.
The team at the time of the group series cancellation was, membership was Hope, Psylocke, Dr. Nemesis, Morrow, and Phantom X. Dr. Nemesis is apparently some Golden Age superhero who was associated with the X-Men, and he's not a mutant at all. He's kept alive through his inventions. He's a pretty interesting character. And apparently, this is something quite funny. Apparently, he and Bucky knew each other back in the 40s. And for some reason, Dr. Nemesis does not remember meeting Bucky at all.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, I want to say something. For me, I feel like she needs a solo book, like just on her, because here's the reasons why. Isn't she to be the Messiah of the
mutants? Yeah.
Well, I think she was created just to be a stand-in for Jean Grey until the real Jean Grey showed up in the present.
Because I
mean, she has strong resemblance to Jean Grey if you look at her.
She became the Phoenix, basically.
Briefly for like one issue, then she used it to bring back the mutant population.
Yep, and then no more Phoenix. Gone. And then Cycle became the Phoenix. And then he died. Thank the Doctor Doom. No, I'm serious. That happened. But that was funny.
Yeah.
That made me laugh because two reasons. Yep. That made me laugh because two reasons. One, it finally killed off the joke cycle I found. I wanted to die. Two, it actually brought my proposition and my combination for years. Doctor Doom was gonna kill him. I was right.
You know how Doom killed Cyclops?
Yeah, he killed him.
He snapped his
neck. With the Phoenix.
Yeah, that was weird. Him taking on Cyclops taking on Doom was an interesting fight, but it ended so abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Deimos, when Deimos died and Spider-Man and Kang killed him.
If you want to know what happened to Thanos, he's in the miniseries Siege. He shows up at the end of the most recent issue, and I'm like, does his artist know how to draw Thanos? He's freaking huge. Think so. This guy does not know how to draw Thanos properly, and he's freaking huge.
He's supposed to be huge.
I mean, really freaking huge. It's like this guy has got like the shoulder the size of probably Tivia's bed frame there, the headboard. Basically, that's how big his shoulders. That's how long his shoulders are.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, him show up in there makes sense because he did show up at the end of Secret Wars #5, in
Yep.
basically at the Shield. So
Yep.
him being in the
Oh.
series makes sense, especially since he's not the only appears in the book. Abigail
Yep.
Branch appears in the book. So does Miss America, who is an A-Force. She went there.
Yep.
And so does this 1602 version of Kate Bishop. She's
Yep.
there too. And the series is about to end, and I know the most recent issue came out this week. It's a really good miniseries.
Apparently, boy, the wall get tore down and destroyed after when fans are there.
Yeah. Anywho, I gotta get going. I think we had gone far enough with this.
Yeah.
Agreed. Because I need to get some dinner. I'm starving.
All right. See ya.
All right, see you, man.
You
All
want
right, then you guys.
to Tibia?
Yeah, we're gonna end it because I need to eat dinner. It's late. Thank you guys for joining us to support my secret discussion. Sorry we have delays, but that usually happens in Marvel talk. So we'll probably do part 2, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yep, and you can follow me on YouTube channel. It's mostly on Twitter and Facebook, and you can follow Edgar channel, Comic Fan. That's that too. I'll put it in the description. All right, peace out. Bye.